and welcome everyone to Upon the Hexhamshire Moors, our Good Society game that we are here playing for the first time. We had our session 0 last week, and that was lots of fun. And I can't wait to just get to know all of the characters much more better. So with that lovely display of my grasp of the English language, we are going to go around, we're going to say who we are and who we're playing. I will start with myself, since I'm already talking. I'm Lindy, and I will be playing Violet Brastleton. She is, I guess we should say what our thingamajiggers are. She is the heir and of peerage.
And what is your immediate desire?
Oh, my immediate desire is...
Yes, at least what everybody knows about it.
I don't know if everyone knows anything about it.
What?
I don't think I've said anything about my immediate desire, actually. I did have to start a rumor about it, though. My immediate desire has something to do with my former friendship between myself and Miss Harriet Sedgwick.
Oh, interesting. Might you tell us something about you? You just said you had some rumors.
Oh yes, there was a rumor, a couple of rumors, I believe, total. I'm finding the right sheet, the Google Doc.
Yes.
Because there's so many tabs. Here it is.
Yes, there's one that involves you, doesn't it?
There is one that involves. There's one I started because of.
Well, you didn't start it personally.
Not
people in town are talking about it.
I gifted the Chumley estate to a troupe of actors the day after the anniversary of, Chumley Senior's death. So that was a whole thing.
Awkward.
Apparently.
So in this game, people have reputations. You, I believe, also have some. What do people say about you? What are your reputations?
Oh, my reputation tags? I'm influential. That's a positive one.
Oh, that is positive.
Some not so positive ones might be that I might be a little incompetent and or a fickle friend.
I mean, I've heard those things. I have. And tell me, what are your relationships? I'm asking because this is also a way for us to just transition to the next person as well.
Oh, I have well, I was just going to go around the overlay like I typically do in a circle, but if we want to jump around like crazy madmen, you can do that as well.
Yes.
I'm a secret fiance.
Do you really?
I do.
Oh, that's awkward. You're not supposed to have a secret fiance. That's not particularly
no one
proper behavior. Oh, it's oh yes, you're right. It's a secret. I suppose we're fine. I suppose there's no worries then, because it's who is your secret fiance?
Well, if I told you it would be a secret, would it now?
You can tell me.
Can I though? Again,
of course.
There's a song that I've heard once. It says, two can keep a secret if one of them is dead.
Yes, but I'm just a facilitator. You can tell me
I definitely
anything.
didn't threaten to kill you in the pregame.
And you did actually threaten to kill me earlier, yes.
I did not. I just said worse things than... Anyways, yes, that might be a French person.
I feel that you're passing it over to Simon.
We can.
But you're muted though, Simon.
He's good at keeping the secret.
He is very good at keeping secrets.
I am not. Yeah, no, not saying anything. Hi, everyone. I'm Simon at Wandering DM. And in this game, I am playing Roland, as he would put it, Roland.
Mm-hmm.
What is it? New arrival of humble origins.
Oh. Well, that's nice. And what do you do exactly?
I need to zoom in on that page because I am so nearsighted. It's disgusting. I'm
an actor?
I'm an actor, poet, and writer whose rise to fame was dastardly thwarted.
Really? Did someone thwart your rise to fame?
Yes, I will point that person and put the blame on them later.
I see.
But if you want to know my Reputation. I am
Please.
but a sweet and innocent boy, albeit a little pretentious.
Yes, yes. And how old are
And
you?
I am 27.
Are you married?
No, but I am the word fiance with someone.
Betrothed.
Betrothed to someone. Yes.
Oh,
I
really?
have
Who?
I have a secret
Betrothal.
betrothal with Lady Violet Brazelton.
Oh, if you wanted to like spread that about the town, we could arrange that later. The secret.
I might not want to. I might want to do this actually once the wedding has been officiated.
Yes.
But not
Yes.
prior to, for obvious reasons,
Obviously.
humble origins.
Yes.
And there was one more thing I needed to. No, I think that's it. I'm gonna keep everything else close to my chest, though my ambition right now. Wait, where's my ambition?
Your desire.
Your short-term desire.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the one we have on Roll20 right now, right?
Yes, but also I see you saying marriage is indeed a maneuvering business.
Yes, that's the one.
Oh, and Violet's immediate desire is what is right to be done cannot be done too soon.
Yes. Oh, they're in our personal cards, aren't they?
Yes, they are.
Yeah,
Yes, they are.
that's why I had trouble finding them.
It's like, where was it?
It's also on the public, the collaboration document as well.
Oh, okay. Yes. And I need to
read
maneuver this marriage quickly, is all I will say.
Are you pregnant?
I am not.
Oh, okay.
I have no idea if my fiance is pregnant.
Oh, interesting. Well, we'll get to the rumors and scandal phase a little bit later. We'll find out.
But I need to do it quickly before I am thwarted again by the one person who keeps nipping at my heels.
Oh, well, I wouldn't worry about whoever that might be, because whoever that may is probably not even in town right now. So I'm sure you're fine. I mean, you're in the middle of nowhere. Why would they even be here?
I know that's the whole point of me not being
in London,
London or Paris or anywhere else in the world. The only place that befits me are these remote, desolate corners where I can let my wounded soul free.
That makes sense. And of course, I'm sure they wouldn't come here after what they've done. Now, you said your nemesis, and your nemesis, if I remember correctly, is
none other than Harriet Sedgwick.
Harriet Sedgwick? Played by Nuggetosaurus, what? Nuggetosaurus, talk to us about who you're playing, who you are.
Yes, I'm Nuggetosaurus. I'm playing Harriet Hattie Sedgwick, as her friends call her. She is old money, I believe. I think I had her.
Yes.
Yes, so she is the cornerstone old money. Her immediate desire is there are people who the more you do for them, the less they will do for themselves.
Oh, interesting.
Yes.
You're old money, yes?
Indeed.
Yeah, people should have a lot of respect for you, I assume, being old money.
Under normal circumstances, they would, but
right. But
our circumstance is less than normal.
Oh, what happened? I mean, I've asked if I don't know, but everybody is talking about it.
Yes.
But still, humor me.
We might have a father who might have, cut some corners and collected some money that he probably shouldn't have collected, and just rich people things.
I heard that he at one point in time was well respected in this town because he hired all sorts of locals to work on his ships, trading goods all around the world, bringing in lots of money and wealth and good things for this town. I heard that.
Yes, that part is 100% true.
I also heard that he intentionally sunk one of his ships that had all of these townspeople in it for the insurance, killing a large number of people from this town for the money. I heard that too.
Yes, people's, imaginations do like to run wild, especially out in the moors where nothing happens.
Yeah. I suppose that's true. I did also hear that he was put in prison for this, actually.
Again, rumors.
Mm. I also heard that your family owes a lot of money in restitution.
Yes, we are in the process of paying that back and have done a quite a big chunk. Just
I heard that you just didn't have any money at all, that you just couldn't give it back, and that's why your estate was seized.
you know, some rumors have a bit of truth.
And I also heard that actually you all did have the money, but you hid it so that you didn't have to pay the like widows and the people of this town who, like deserve to be paid back for for their death insurance and all that sort of thing. But you just all have like just hidden the money, and it's just like, I don't know. I heard you just went off to France and partied for years, just drinking champagne, living it up while people of this town were like poor and sad and bereft. That's what I heard.
Believe me, if we had that kind of money, we would not be back in this town.
Oh, well, that's interesting. We'll just have to find out. Now, I did hear that you were going to come back to this town, but you're not coming back alone. Is that correct?
That is correct. I have 2 half siblings and a niece, and possibly a brother-in-law coming with me as well.
But I also hear that you have a reputation. What are your reputation tags?
People say, that I'm very level-headed.
Yes, I've heard
but
that.
At, the age of 27, unmarried, and people do say I'm a bit eccentric as well.
I'm sorry. Did you say you were 27 and unmarried?
Yes.
That is scandalous.
What's one more scandal with my family?
I suppose. Well, you know what? The reason why you're probably not married is because of the scandal in your family. I'm sure if you get that cleared up.
Exactly.
Even though you're so old, 27 is ancient. But I won't harp on it. But you said you're a brother, half brother. Yes,
a half brother.
Who might that be?
His name is Charles, and he's the inheritor, but not necessarily the manager.
Charles, Yutsai, who are you? Who are you playing? And tell me, what is your immediate desire? Well, not yours, but your character's.
Yes, hello. I am Yutsai. I do things on the internet sometimes. I am also woefully underdressed, hopefully to be rectified when I get this whole moving situation figured out. But yes, I am playing Charles Way, a hedonist of old money for as long as it'll last me. And my desire currently is they were as strangers, worse than strangers, for they could never become acquainted.
That seems very yearning and dramatic.
Yes, quite. There's someone I wish to hopefully meet again should our paths cross.
I wonder who that might be. It sounds interesting.
An old friend.
An old friend. Interesting. I was wondering, what are your reputations? Besides that whole thing with your family.
Yes. My reputations are, I am a very carefree person. The talk of the town doesn't bother me too much. However, that does lead to me being a bit careless at times.
I see. I do have a question. Your father is, Mr. Chumley, Charles Chumley, I think the 8th, the long line of Charles Chumleys, old money. And your last name is not Chumley. Your sister's last name is also not Chumley. Do you want to discuss that in some way? What is that about?
Well, I can't speak to Harriet's circumstances, but I'm what you would call a mama's boy. Love my mother dearly before.
Yes.
Well, things happen.
Yes.
So I am doing my best to respect the one who has given me so much in life. And I haven't left the name behind at all because I did bring over with me a small surprise for the Moors, my daughter, Jennifer Chumley.
Oh, so we do have a Chumley who's not in prison, although I believe your father died in prison.
That's what they say.
Well, that's what they say. I mean, if you not see the body, no one really knows. It's all, I mean, mysterious. And I am your facilitator, who's just here to stir the pot, really just to see how everything is going and see how society is treating everyone. And we're going to start our very first cycle of play, our first chapter of Upon the Hexhamshire Moors. And this is 1812. Oh, I should say one thing before we begin. Just a reminder. Before we end this cycle, you all need to decide what your inner conflict is. You have some time to figure out what that might be. But also, if there's any moment that happens, and I will prompt if you cannot think of one, if there's any moment during play in the next time period when you think, oh my, this will be a pivotal moment for my character. This is a moment where their fortunes may change. This decision may be the butterfly out of which the wings flapping will cause some sort of epic change in life. For example, if somebody asks them to marry you, or if somebody, I don't know, exposes something, one of those pivotal moments. If there's a pivotal moment, you should just say, this is a pivotal moment, and then we'll talk about it. It's important. If I think there might be a pivotal moment, I'll ask if this is a pivotal moment for your character. But, if you can see a moment that is pivotal, you should just let me know. And so, let us begin. It is 1812. We're not in the United States. We don't have to worry about that war. Instead, we're in North England. We're in Northumberland. We are not too far from Newcastle, along the Hadrian Wall, which stretched between Newcastle and Carlisle. There's a small town called Barden's Mill. Barden's Mill is about just a kilometer or so from Hadrian's Wall. You can see the ancient Roman ruins as the sun comes up over the moors. It is in the moorland. It is sometimes wet and grassy and quite dramatic in its weather and all sorts of life. We're not too far from the Devil's Water, which is a river, and Hexham, which is also a river. We're in a place that is thought of as old and wild. This is a place, Barnes Mill over here in Hexhamshire, that is an interesting mix of the old and the new. Old with sort of the marks of history upon you. New because it is in this area that a number of industrialists are making their way, trying to sort of think about how to bring England into a new era. We have people, well, they've not done it yet, but people are thinking about something called what do you call it? It's a sort of contraption. I don't know if it'll take off, but a steam locomotive. I mean, we don't really have any rails, but people are thinking about it. People are talking about it, maybe wanting to invest or build something. And we have the rich and the poor. And we have in this place, some of the richest families have estates up here connected to nobility. Those who are sort of great noble houses. At the same time, we have in Barden's Mill a granite quarry of some renown that is old and is used to create the great estates. You have people who labor in these granite quarries to bring out the stones to make these great houses. And all over this area, we actually have coal seams and we have these coal mines. And what's really good and positive about coal mines, I must say, is that it provides work, for the people. Some of those people are 12 and 11, and they are working 12, 13, 14 hours in the coal mine. Sometimes they die, but they do
This
have
is wont
good.
to happen.
It is want to happen sometimes, and of course we wouldn't have anything like safety regulations. But it's a good thing having coal. It keeps us warm in the winters, and heaven knows the winters up here are quite miserable and wet. But this small town of Barden's Mill has every year a couple of important festivals, and at this moment we have the May Festival. And I'm going to sort of note that at dawn, early, dawn is a time of new hope and beginnings. And this dawn, you can see if you were to look. I mean, I don't know what you all are doing. We'll find out. But if you were to look, you would see the laborers out there in the city center, in the town square. By the way, I'm so sorry to call it a city center. This is not a city, it's a hamlet, really. But in the town square, building a stage, the light mist is sort of still upon the ground. And you can see people sort of setting up stalls and a stage and a place for, bales of hay for people to sit. And right there, not too far, right in front of the stage, sort of being built, is the maypole. And people are sort of erecting this and sort of making sure that ribbons are tied. And you can see little children about sort of watching as things are sort of being constructed. And the people who live in this town, the peasants are going about their business and setting up their wares. It'll be a wonderful market day as well as a festival. And talk about everywhere is that they're going to be, well, I don't know if you've heard this, but the Chumley estate, which is a estate for that the Chumley family who killed my uncle and also my son and everyone in my family, really, in a dastardly way. Their estate, they themselves have left the area. They left the country, actually, have not been back, well, quite some time, at least a decade, I think. Well, good riddance, I say. They've not been back, and I imagine they won't be back, but their estate, I don't know if you've heard this, their estate was sold off by Violet Brazelton, who is going to be, well, the Countess? Is that correct?
I believe that works. Sure.
Yes, the Countess of the area. Right at the moment, she's still a little bit too irresponsible for such responsibility. Her father says, at least. Anyway, she was very best friends with Hattie Sedgwick, the Chumley girl. And rumor has it that not too long ago, she just gave as a gift that estate to a bunch of bohemian actors. There's an entire troupe of bohemian actors here in Barnes Mill. Who would have thought it? I don't know why she would. I think it's a sign of great disrespect. I've heard that the two, they were fast friends, young Violet and Hattie, but they haven't spoken to her since then. That is what I heard. I heard that Violet went to Paris briefly to see her friends. They had some terrible falling out. She came back and immediately just gave their house, their estate, just to a bunch of actors. I don't even think of real jobs. Well, it's a lot of drama, but I wouldn't worry about that too much. Speaking of that estate, Roland, if you might give us, a brief, a bit of a montage as the laborers are getting ready in the morning, setting up this place. What is Roland doing this early morning?
Well, for starters, Roland is angry at the fact that the facilitator thought that actor wasn't a real job.
Well, I mean,
he would like someone to note this down somewhere.
Yes.
This is an attack against my reputation.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, it's not a real job, not a job for people of quality and needs. I mean,
depending on how you define quality, you might be right there that it is not a job for people of quality.
Yes.
That said, you would see Roland pacing back and forth in the cramped quarters in the Chumley estate, this room that we have used, or I should say that the troupe has used to rehearse the play that we're going to put on later today. Roland is unfortunately kind of late, having arrived only 2 days prior to today. And he was cast, of course, given his talent and standing with French troops before. He was casted as Dorant, the young lover of this play, not necessarily the main character, but one that does have quite a number of lines, and he's been trying to memorize them. And he is pacing back and forth, this stack of loose leaves, papers in his hand, just shaking them as he tries to commit to memory the obtenir par mérite une faveur si grande, j'en sais mieux le... Oh, damn it! What was it again? Oh, moins ils sont connus dignes, plus il s'en tient heureux. On me l'a toujours pu dénier sans injure, et ainsi la recevant ce cœur même en murmure, il se plaint du malheur de ses félicités quand le hasard lui donne, et non vos volontés, un amant fort peu de... forgot it again! I swear this is not something that happens normally. He says to the other actors present.
Other ones who don't really have real jobs. I hate to interrupt you. This play, it's about a liar, isn't it? No, I'm just asking.
Yes, indeed. It is called Le Menteur, the liar. And it is about a man who comes back from war and who is enamored with a lovely woman. And he overhears her betrothed, I should say, tell her this, like, the sweetest poem she's ever heard. And he makes himself pass as the original author of said poem, noticing that the writing is what actually captivated the woman, and thus tries to steal away Alcipe from, was it Alcipe? No, it's Clarice from her lover by pretending to be someone he is not. But as the play goes on, because it is a comedy, the lies tend to multiply, and then he gets lost in all of those lies and needs to have his help from his valet called Cliton, which is very close to another word that starts with the same 4 letters, which I believe was done on purpose, knowing that this was originally a Goldoni play.
Goldoni.
So I think that my valet in the play needs to have a small head and be very sensitive. But yes, so that's what the play is about. And I can't memorize it.
So strange. Aren't you famous for a play that you wrote? A novel,
did.
Was it?
It was a novel, not a play.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
It's okay. Many people would mistake, especially the rubes wouldn't know the difference between a play and a novel.
Yes,
They see dialogues and they just assume.
Yes. I mean, I'm sure everything will work out well. I want to know what everyone else is doing, but before I ask what they're doing, I did want to just ask one question. You are working on memorizing your lines, yes?
I am indeed working on memorizing my language. I'm failing at it.
Yes. I did notice that they happen to be in French.
Indeed.
I mean, you'll be saying them in English, right? I mean, the play's going on, this evening. It is a couple of hours. I mean, you will be saying them in English. This is, after all, England, and this is a play for the general people of Barden's Mill, many of whom are just miners and quarry workers and just average people who can't speak French, and they're not educated, in foreign languages. And I certainly hope you're not going to go and give them some sort of foreign language thing for hours. You wouldn't do that.
Well, just like with Goldoni in the original Commedia dell'arte, you do not need to say really anything in order for the play to be understood. So some of the characters will actually, speak in English.
Good.
I might lower myself to translate my lines as I go.
Oh, good.
But since this is a very physical comedy,
Yes.
The humor and most of the understanding of the play is done through physical
Yes.
play more than verbal.
Like Commedia dell'arte, yes. Well, good luck then. I don't
It's
know.
dick jokes. Everyone will
Yes.
understand them regardless of language.
The nose and all of that. Yes. But, well, I don't know. These Northerners, they don't always like a foreigner. Well, I'm sure it will be fine. Yes. Well,
If I can remember those lines, everything will be fine.
I'm sure this is your first time performing here. Yes.
Performing here, yes, in
Yes. Barden's Mill.
a charming location.
Hamlet. Yes. Well, I'm sure.
Oh, is that what it's called? A Hamlet?
Yes. And not the play. No, it's a small. I imagine going from the grand stages of Paris to a makeshift built fair stage in Barnes Mill is a great stepping stone in your career of some sort.
One needs to be appreciated by everyone.
Mm.
I know I've won the elite already.
Oh, yes.
Now time for me to win the third estate.
I see. Yes. Well, speaking of the elite, Violet.
Yes, tis I, the elite.
Yes. As the populace are laboring to sort of build the stalls
As
and
they
bring
do.
in, as they do, and bring in the hay and all of that, and all of the Hamlet is a flutter with the festival coming about. What in our montage, what might we see Violet doing this morning?
Well, today's the day of the May Festival, is it not?
It is, yes.
Preening, of course.
Yes, of course. Why? It's awfully early. What are you doing to make yourself look special?
Oh, well, one must take pride in care of their appearance on a daily basis.
Yes.
However, today is more than just an average day. Today is a day that you mingle with amongst, the people of Barden's Mill. And it's a big festival day, special occasion, one might say. Also,
Yes.
there's a certain person who might be in town to. I'm 19 years old. I should present myself extraordinarily well when going out,
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Yes, that's true. Might I ask you a question?
You may.
It's just a small question.
Of course.
Last year, you won Queen of the Mayfair.
I
The
did.
Queen of May, that was you last year.
'Twas I, yes.
If I recall correctly, you also won the year before.
Yes.
Also the year before that, which was, I believe, your first year competing.
Correct, yes.
When you were 16.
Mm-hmm.
Do you expect to win this year?
Well, I never expect to win any year, though I will say 'tis a burden to be, blessed with such beauty at times.
Yes. I mean, that is absolutely true. Now, I do want to ask just a small follow-up, and this
Certainly.
is in no way am I implying anything.
Of course not. No.
No.
It would be
Do you
uncouth.
do you think that you win every year because you are the richest family in town, of the highest noble rank? Do you think your winning is based on your charm and ability to dance around the maypole most effectively, or do you think it might be because, well, basically everyone owes their livelihood to your family, more or less?
Oh goodness, no. What? No, it's due
I was
to
just asking.
my looks and my dance around the maypole, my charm, my wit.
see.
Tis a title earned and not
Yes,
just given.
of course.
Otherwise, there wouldn't even be a contest. I mean, like,
Yes. That's fair.
and
I
other
just was
people were the
asking.
May Queen before I, and
Yes,
so other people shall continue to be the May Queen after I cease to be.
yes. I mean, and let's be fair. You have to be unmarried
You
in order to
do.
be eligible.
Really, there's a very small window of May Queen availability for most.
Yes. I do have a bit of a question. I mean, you do
Yes.
age out because everyone's going to be married by like 22, maybe.
Yes,
If you're
yes.
particularly old. I do have a bit of a question.
Of
though.
course.
What about that one young lady? She's just turned 16 this year.
Why do you think I'm preening?
I was just wondering if you were wondering about Faith Jill.
I Lady Faith,
Mhm.
is had a wonderful coming of age party, and I look forward to dancing across the maypole from her and seeing who the people believe should be the May Queen this year.
Mm. I mean, she is. It is rumored to say that she's quite fair.
Tis
a
indeed,
pet.
she is quite fair. In fact, so much so, I hope she remembers to bring a parasol. Otherwise, she will look as a tomato.
Well, that could be true, but I'm sure she's no competition for you, and I wouldn't worry about it. And I'm sure there's no other competition for you to worry about
No.
either.
Competition makes the world go round.
Yes. Well, I'm glad to note that there will be no surprises at today's Mayfair, and I'm looking forward to this sort of strange troupe you brought in from Paris, London?
London, yes.
London, yes. I'm looking forward to it.
I did
Good
so
thing.
love the theatre when I was in London.
Yes, I did hear that about you. I heard some other things as well. Heard you had a bit of a falling out with a good friend of yours.
Oh, well, I'm hoping that can all be cleared up soon.
Oh, you think so? After what you've done?
I hope so.
Well, I mean, I imagine you won't have any opportunities since they are no longer in Barnesville, haven't been for some time. Speaking
No,
of
it
which,
shall have to wait some time, but that's all right.
Yes. Speaking of which, where might we find Hattie and Charles early the day of the May Festival in Barden's Mill?
I believe we're on the road at this time.
Are you?
Yes.
There yet? Honestly, it's been a long trip.
We have several more, hours, I believe.
Oh, very well.
Maybe you should give some attention to Jenny.
She's fine. Look at her. She's halfway out the carriage, having the time of her life.
She does look all right.
Oh, sweetie, not too far.
Oh, and I can see the carriage winding its way up north through these roads. And my understanding is it's quite a packed carriage. I mean, how many people are in that carriage right now?
I believe 5.
5.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's you,
Yes.
your brother Charles,
Here.
his daughter Jenny,
Mm-hmm.
your sister from, a different mother,
Mhm.
Helena.
Helena, yes.
Isn't her husband also, or is he not coming with? Or is he along for the ride?
He is with us.
You mean we weren't able to shake it?
No, unfortunately not.
I do have to ask, does he have a job?
To be a lord, I presume? I
Yes.
don't think
He's
so.
French, isn't he?
Yes, he's French.
Oh
Ah.
goodness, what if he goes into acting?
Oh, Lord, I would hope not. I mean,
The horror.
yes, I mean, you see, there's a very difficult line to walk. Having a job means you're not really of quality of means. If you have to work, then clearly you're not good enough in society. But some jobs are not real jobs like acting. So you have to really sort of get that middle ground, or just be wealthy enough that you don't have to worry about it.
I do believe that my sister's husband manages some family estates. He is the eldest, of course.
Oh, I see. Yes, yes. If he's managing these family estates in France, what is he doing in England right now? That seems strange.
Well, he did have his, well, they're called valets, right? He has
Yes.
his valet who is managing his estates while he's there.
Oh, I see. I see.
He wanted to be with Helena for emotional support.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't mean to ask. Where exactly are you traveling? You seem to have passed London, are heading your way north.
Yes, we are returning home to Baden Mill.
Oh, today.
Yes.
Ah,
What day is it?
oh, it's it's May 1st.
Oh, indeed it is.
Yes. Well, I'm where I'm sorry. Where are you planning on staying?
Family estate is currently not ours, but we do
Oh,
have a hamlet that my mother left.
yes.
So I'm
Ah,
staying there.
Oh, good, good. I was afraid that I'd have to let you know that you can't go back to your main estate. I'm glad that someone's already told you. You have heard that.
I have heard, yes.
Did you hear it was your best friend who just gave away your father's estate? I mean, I don't know if you heard that. I
I've
mean,
heard a
everyone's-
rumor.
Yeah, everyone's talking about it. Actually.
I'm choosing to remain neutral in my opinion until I have some more facts.
I don't know if you've heard this, but there are jugglers involved. I think they're just juggling things from your estate, like goblets or whatnot. Who knows, really? I mean, really unclear.
Lots of things are unclear right now.
I'm sorry, is Charles drinking?
Isn't he always?
No. Well,
For one, sister.
I'm fine, thank you.
Charles, I hope that's something of quality that you're drinking.
Of course, keeps motion sickness at bay.
Oh, well, that's quite sensible. And it is, after all, early, so you should have at least had 2 or 3 at this point. Yes, it's fair, fair. Oh, as you're winding your way through the moors, let me ask you both this question. This is the first time you've been up this way. I imagine you get close enough, you can smell the air of the north. So what does it feel like to be back this way again after how long has it been? 10 years?
Just about 10, yes.
Ooh, maybe 11 or 12 for you though, yes? You had to leave when you were what, 15?
15.
Yes, so it's about 12 years for you. Oh.
Yes. It's definitely a nerve-wracking experience being back here. I
Hmm.
almost don't remember it. It's been almost half my life.
Yes. Charles, what about you? You were younger.
Right. I don't know what you're talking about, sister. We didn't do anything wrong. We're here to clear our family's name, as far as I'm concerned.
You and I did nothing wrong. Our father, however,
Was an unfortunate businessman, but that doesn't explain away all the other things that the people associated to him. You know, when you have a public villain like our father, it's easy. Oh, the sheeps are dying. It must have been the Chumley family. Oh, my sister's run away. The Chumleys must have caused it. People piling on and blaming us for all their ill.
You know the common folk, they do like to run with these rumors.
I did hear the thing about the sheep, though. I mean, I've heard that. I'm going to just write down the sheep situation because it was a thing that I did indeed hear. And let me see, probably around the afternoon or so, when the festival's beginning to pick up, and there are people everywhere and wandering about, and there's a bit of an excitement in the air. And I imagine at this point in time, you have actors backstage, you have some musicians playing, and people doing a bit of a jig. Well, the common folks, at least. The maypole is set up, and I imagine there's a wonderful. Well, I don't know if you heard, but the Jill family, they have provided a very large boar that's being spit roasted right there in the hamlet center for the people of the town, of the hamlet, to eat. Very kind of them. The elder Jill, the brother, he's about 18 now, my understanding, what was his name? Edmund? Yes, Edmund and Faith. Edmund, the elder brother, he went hunting himself and actually bagged that boar, and he's donated it to the people of Barden's Mill as a symbol of his generosity, his whole entire family's generosity. They themselves are well, I mean, they're of quality and means after all. He's his family, the Marquis, I believe, Anyway, they are there giving out very nice, slow roasting and all that. Very exciting. Violet, Lady Brazelton.
Yes.
As it is the afternoon, we're not there yet for the event. What indeed are you doing as you make your entrance to this festival?
Oh, well, greeting people by name to show that I remember who they are, despite their being possibly of lower station. They're very impressed by name remembrance. It's quite easy to. Being pleasant, being present, trying to be as a responsible and upstanding young lady as I can.
Oh, that's nice. So, did you see over there the stage? They're getting ready for the show,
Are they really?
Yes. Do you see that one actor over there?
Which one?
The handsome one. The one, I think he's playing the lover. He seems to be quite handsome, don't you think?
Well, I suppose actors must be handsome in order to draw a crowd.
Well, I suppose that's true. Oh, I think is he signaling to you? You are financing this, are you not?
Yes, I did request that the actors. Let me see if they require anything. I suppose they might need something.
They might.
I will go over.
There is a number. Well, there's the young lover. I don't know what his actual name is. Roland, but I think he says it like he's French or something. I'm not certain.
Is this the series of we totally typecasted Simon and then give him shit for it for
yes
12 episodes?
Maybe not. No. There are many people who I think probably adore him, but I mean, I don't know. I think Roland. I think he says it in some foreign way, but I think the English version is Roland.
Yes. Sounds correct.
Yes, but you'd have to find out what it is in French. It's probably something completely different that no one can understand. I don't even. It's probably using different letters or something. I don't know. Well, I will leave you to it.
And Violet will approach the stage gracefully, with purpose, as if she's here to make sure things going as it should be proceeding.
And Roland will try not to look at her or stare as you are coming my way. But there is a subtle look out the corner of my eye and just a nod that quite well was directed at you and not at whoever my interlocutor is.
Mm-hmm. And Violet will approach and is everything proceeding all right here? Does anyone require anything?
Oh, Lady Brazelton. No, I think everything here is perfect. In fact, it's we are going to be on time and have everything and put on the best show that Hexham
Barden's Mill.
Barden's Mill. So this quaint little town has ever seen.
I quite look forward to it. I think I cannot also wait to see what you've selected for today's presentation, as I think everyone would quite enjoy a taste of the theatre.
Oh, I have to do my mea culpa, Lady Brazelton. I did not choose the play today.
Oh.
It was chosen by the troupe. The troupe.
Oh, well, I'm sure the troupe selected something wonderful.
Yes, they did. And I, of course, will be remarkable in it.
Of course, as I expect.
And perhaps after the show, we could. Why is everyone frozen?
You froze. You're back now.
Holy shit!
I
Okay.
just saw, perhaps after the show we could. And it was the longest pause.
Perhaps after the show we could sit down and talk some further patronage.
Oh, perhaps we could discuss such things indeed. Have you been to a May Festival before? Mr. Roland?
I'm afraid I have not.
Well,
These things aren't very common in France.
Well, you shall have to take in all of the sights after your performance, as it is quite a grand occasion.
Oh, really?
Very
Are there more
festive at the
fairgrounds than
least.
here?
No, but the atmosphere is festive and you only comes once a year, so it should be enjoyed and cherished, as most things that you only get every so often should be.
Indeed.
Excuse me, I'm sorry. I found this resolve token in my pocket.
Oh, did you?
I did.
In your pocket?
Yes.
Which
And
pocket?
My front vest, my waistcoat pocket.
Of course.
Because I, as a facilitator, have 3 resolve tokens.
Yes.
And I, if you don't mind, would like to offer one to Lady Brazelton.
Oh, what would you like to... Why? I'm scared. How does this game work?
Yes. Well, I would like to offer you one. You could have a bright, shiny resolve token. You see, I feel like the young woman who's playing the romantic lead, the actress.
Yes.
I feel like she's come down with some laryngitis.
Oh, dear.
Cannot go on. But I also feel as if everyone knows that you speak very good French and that you might have to go on in her stead, as you are here by the players and you are, yes, influential and, well, if not you, who? Would you accept this resolve token?
I'm scared for the consequences of such. Let me ask, would it look responsible of me to
No.
fill in? No, then I'm trying to convince my father that I am more
Yes, I
responsible
know.
than I am not.
I know.
So I will
know.
have to decline said resolve token.
All right, I suppose if you do not want the resolve token for the future.
I already have a leg up on resolve tokens over everyone else because I have a leg up
Because
on
why?
negative traits.
Oh, yes, that's right. Because people think quite a few, because you seem to be somewhat irresponsible, really.
or
I
a
just
fickle
thought that
friend,
might be-
yes.
Yes, no, I suppose that is
And it
correct.
would not seem very responsible of me to
It would not.
perform in this play. So as much as I
At all.
desperately wish to in my heart of hearts,
Really?
I shall have
So-
to decline.
Even though it would keep you closer to your love if you did.
Well, we are at a festival. There will be other
True.
opportunities.
I see. All right. Well, I'm just going to note that you, as this young actress, she comes forward and she comes up to Roland And she's,
Oh no.
I cannot. And she's got her loose pages of her lines.
Dear, are you choking?
I cannot speak. I've got. And she points to her throat, and she's all swollen.
Oh no.
Yes, she's all
That's
swollen.
dreadful.
She looks. She's. I cannot speak above a whisper. We need someone to be the lover. I cannot. And she looks at this sort of tears in her eyes.
Oh,
Looking to you
tears
because after all,
in her eyes.
yes, Roland, you are an expert at these things.
Quick on my feet.
I was gonna say if Hattie was here, I'd be like, well, Miss Sedgwick speaks wonderful French, but she's not yet.
I'm so sorry, but I believe this is when they are arriving. Yes,
because I think it would be hilarious for.
Wait, I'm sorry. That sounds like it might be you're offering them a resolve token to arrive right about now. That sounds to me as if you would like to offer them a resolve token to arrive.
Well, I would, if she was here, I'd offer a resolve token to be in the play.
How do you feel about this?
See, family's already hated enough.
Yes. Would you like a resolve token to arrive and be invited into the play?
Invited. Do I have to accept that invitation?
Well, if you want the resolve token, yes.
Ah, damn.
I saw that.
Do it, sister. Do it. Think how good it would be
Although-
for us.
I will give you a second option, you know.
Ooh.
Rather than our dear Violet offering you that resolve token so that you get in trouble rather than she does, if you like, you could invoke your negative tag eccentric and say that people would offer it to you because, after all, you are quite eccentric. That seems like you might be the one to offer it. If you did, you could get rid of that negative tag.
That is true. Yeah, why not?
And so she has got her tonsils, her lymph nodes are all sort of swollen, and she's got these sheets in a bit of a panic. And I believe this is the moment when your crew moseys and promenades through the scene. Now, I assume you've already dropped everything back off at your mother's smaller estate, and you've sort of made yourself respectable now, making your grand entrance to the May Fair. And as you are walking through the fair, you can hear the hushed as people notice exactly who is walking. This is a very, very small hamlet. Everyone knows everyone and everyone's business. That's why there were some scandals. That's a whole phase. And as you are walking through, looking quite lovely, I'm sure all of you, everyone's like, did you hear who it was? Look at that there. Oh, I don't even know what we're going to do about that. I think that's them Chumleys. What are they doing here? Oh, I don't even know. Oh, the Chumleys. What are they doing back? What's that little girl? Oh, what is this? Oh, like there's like people are talking about it everywhere. And as everybody's in the background, they're talking. You sort of walk up and you see Charles, Hattie, both of you see someone you have not seen in quite some time, a dashing French actor. Is right here. I would say you're backstage, but this is actually just like a stage that's built for a fairground, and they're off to the side, really. And there is Lady Brazelton, your best friend, a very handsome French actor, and a couple of sort of players in the background, and a young woman, well, not actually as young as she looks, makeup, with terribly swollen throat in these bits of pages, and you can just hear her croaking out, I can't speak. I need someone to play the part. I cannot do it. What will we do if we don't do this? It will ruin. This is our first performance.
Stop. You can stop talking now, dear. I will handle things from here. And I look very quickly to Lady Brazelton to see how she's taking the news.
Oh, well, it would be terrible if the first performance of the play couldn't go on due to some of the performers not. It would not look good.
It would
So
not.
she looks like if she was a nail biter, she'd be biting her nails, but she's not. Looks a little like, oh dear. Why, who could we find to step in? Someone who knows French.
Lady Bristleton, pleasure seeing you here.
Lady Sedgwick, Hattie.
It has been some time,
It's been too long.
so it seems. As she because this is like in front of our estate, right? As she looks back up at the estate.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Oh, I have so much to tell you, but not at the festival, of course. We should have to get tea at some point.
I do love good English tea.
Yes.
I do have a question out of game for just a quick second.
Absolutely. Do you have
If-
is your question about using your monologue token?
No,
Oh,
no,
okay.
no.
Okay.
It might influence that later, but
Sure.
just because I'm a little hazy on our session 0 last time,
Yes. Are you talking about the
Hattie,
affair that you'd had with Charles? Is that the question you had?
it wasn't an affair.
Oh, I'm sorry.
We were exclusive-ish,
I see.
anyway, on my end.
Mhm.
That's some
But-
shade there.
I'm not judging. I'm just saying. But if I remember correctly, I don't know that Hattie is the one that brought me down.
Oh no,
Oh,
you
you
absolutely
know.
do.
Oh,
I
you know.
absolutely do.
Yeah.
Oh, you do.
Oh.
You two are the very best of not
Oh,
friends.
awesome.
Arch rivals, I believe, is the term that the kids
then-
are calling it these days.
Then going back to the play, to the stage,
Mm-hmm.
Lady Brazelton, you have the most wonderful guest at this little festival of yours.
Oh, I've known Hattie since I was quite a young girl.
Oh, you've known her, have you?
Yes, she used to live around here until she, unfortunately, had to move out of town for a little while.
Oh,
Which
Oh, that's a
you,
shame.
you should remember quite well, Roland.
Oh, have you two met?
We have
Oh,
back in France quite a
Mhm.
long time ago.
your French is good.
it was another life, another time. Water under the bridge, right?
Another dream.
Would you perhaps be able to fill in for the lead of for the female lover, the lead?
No.
She's come with laryngitis.
I would love to.
But Miss Sedgwick doesn't have a theater training.
You're
She
right.
could
I
not
don't have
possibly.
training. But I did have quite the good French tutor back in the day.
I don't have any theatre training as well. In fact, I don't know if anyone else in town does. But her French is excellent as far as I'm concerned.
If that is your wish, my lady, then so be it.
I just think this is delicious. I'm just gonna say it in my character.
And this French actress who is probably a little bit feverish at this point in time, hands over these sides to you, Hattie, and she was merci, and you could tell that like her throat's closing up. Poor dear. She hands them to you.
Hattie will take them, and then she like glances over at Helena. Helena, please, can you get this girl some tea? Get her something for that throat of hers.
Simon, that's also you. You're the half sister, but you're English, not French. You're just married to a French.
Fudge.
Married.
Yeah, that's
Married.
right. Oh shit. Yes, sister. Wow. No French.
No,
Yes,
you're-
sister. Yes, sister. I will get to that right away.
Thank you.
Dear,
Switch.
please come with me.
And this woman who she's dressed like she's like 16, 17, 18, 19, she is probably 30. But she's got the hair, the dress, the makeup. It's like kind of big circles, right? It's very sort of iconic, right? Sort of like
Mhm.
archetypal, right? Like she's like the archetypal young gal, and she might even have like a mask. I don't know if they're wearing masks for this, like a little half mask that sort of like typifies like the lover. And so she goes off with Helena, your half sister, to sort of maybe get some care taken, and they go off into your old estate, as a matter of fact, which is where they're all staying. And your estate, I don't know, your estate is massive, right? It has these huge gardens. It's a beautiful place. I'm sure you remember it well. And right in the front, right, is where the stage is being set up. And you've got not too far, you can see where the Hamlet Square is, right? Because you're a bit on the hill. And the lights are going to be amazing when it starts getting dark. Torches are being set up for this as well. I mean, it's going to be beautiful because, I mean, your estate was really...
something.
Yes.
The best money could buy.
I found this thing in my pocket. It's a monologue token. And I would like to give this monologue token to Charles in that moment that he first sees Roland again.
So how does monologuing work again?
Well, this time stops more or less, or it slows down, and we get your inner thoughts. It's just a moment where you get to narrate what it is that Charles is thinking on the inside.
I see. Sure, I can take that. Do I have two now, or do I still only have the one?
No, I just got rid of mine. We all get one that we get to use.
We don't pass it back and forth. We can't like infinitely loop monologues.
Sadly, no. Resolve tokens, yes, but monologue tokens, no. But once you've monologued, then you just say that you've monologued this cycle in the sheet. But like at the moment where they're talking, there's this like, your sister's going to be in the play. She's like, oh yeah, I'll be in this play. And then Roland is like, no, don't be in the play. And like all of that is happening. I hand you this monologue token to find out what Charles is thinking at this
I like to think Charles went to get some of that boar meat, and it's like he's walking back up to catch up with his sister, and then his eyes fall on Roland, and time seems to stop. We hear the gentle ticking in the background. That face, those hands. Even now, I feel his breath on my neck, his hands traveling down my chest. Oh, those forlorn days. Just me, Roland, and the stage he would set. Who knows? Perhaps he's interested in some more future patronage. It's good to see him again. I think that's... Does that work?
Yes, absolutely. Okay. And that is the moment when of course Charles steps up into the scene with this hunk of boar meat, as the details of this performance are going to be worked out.
Roland, it's been a while, old friend. How have you been?
Charles? What are you doing here?
Well, you know me. I tend to roam free unless I'm tied to my keeper here. Glancing at Hattie. By the way, Hattie, boar meat, delicious. You should try some.
Perhaps later. Apparently, I'm going to be in a play tonight.
You? An actor?
Huh. Yes.
I think we had this conversation before. Something, career, something, not actually.
You know we have. But thankfully, I'm just filling in for a sick actress.
Well, everyone needs a hobby, dear sister. I'm sure you'll be fine.
And I mean... as a job that anyone can do without any training whatsoever, because it's not a real career. I mean, I'm certain you're going to shine on that stage, Hattie.
I'm sure I'll be fantastic.
But Roland, you're still in the theater, still in the arts, creating
Shocking.
Worlds.
I cannot be stopped. I need to create. It is a calling. It is, well, I don't want to say divine, but let's say spiritual, almost.
I can relate, I'm Charles. You're not Charles.
Yes, it's okay. I get flustered as well.
I can relate, Roland. I can relate. It's at least from our time together. And who is this young friend of yours? Vaguely familiar, though I can't quite place the name.
Yes, hello. Violet Brastleton. Been quite a long time since I've seen you. We were much younger.
It has been quite a while, hasn't it? Violet, that does ring a bell. Why do I feel angry? I'll have to dig into that later.
Well,
my lady, you've known Charles as well.
this is Hattie's
We
brother.
did all grow up together.
Here? This
Mhm.
estate.
Yes.
The one
Indeed.
where I stay.
Indeed.
Oh.
Oh,
Can I use a monologue for a second?
Yes. Would you like to give a monologue token to someone?
How does that work?
You say, "I would like to give a monologue token to so and so," and then you give it to them.
Oh.
You make other people monologue.
Oh, no. I wanted to. Okay, so just cut to internal monologue of Roland as he says,
Wait.
blah,
Does
blah,
somebody
blah.
want to give Roland a monologue token
maybe.
for this moment?
I will. I absolutely want to know what my arch nemesis is thinking.
Please get rid of your monologue token to Hattie and Roland. Monologue token. The monologue is yours.
So Roland just said, this is the estate where I stay in the room. And then Hattie answered
Mhm.
that it was your inner monologue. That's my monologue.
Worth it.
And at that moment,
Because he's an actor, he keeps it cool.
he keeps it cool. A young woman walks up. She is dressed all in white.
Oh.
And she's got blonde hair.
Oh, is this Lady Jill?
It is. And by
Mhm.
the way, Jill is spelled with a G, Gyll.
Oh,
and
I will
she's got-
fix that.
And she's got curls, she's got little curl ringlets in. And she's 16, but most of you probably don't know, but there was a TV show called Little House on the Prairie, and there was a blonde girl who was like the antagonist girl who was very cute looking but not very nice. She had that kind of like I'm precocious and kind of evil sort of like attitude about her, and she was mean. Nellie, I think her name was. Anyway, she walks up, our Faith, with a little parasol, and she looks so like the sun is just glinting, hitting her just
Mhm.
perfectly, because she made sure she had just the right light, and also that she was approaching from. It wasn't just accidental, but it's
No.
just like perfectly hitting her. And she walks up with her brother Edmund, and Edmund is probably about 20, and he has got some sort of inbred chin. I mean, a noble sort of aristocratic
Uh-huh.
chin, and
Yes.
his hair sort of wavy, and they're both wearing very expensive clothing. And he's wearing sort of riding boots, and he looks quite military, but he's a civilian. So he's just sort of dressed sort of that way. And they both walk up, and Edmund goes, "Oh, well, Lady Brazelton, it's so charming to meet you." And he bows deeply, and he puts out his hand.
Hand, because that is what you do, and a curtsy. Ah,
And he kisses your hand, and he goes, "Oh, Lady Brazelton, it's so surprising to see such an eligible bachelorette here and unaccompanied, except by riffraff. I hope that perhaps, perchance I might be able to have a dance with you tonight."
well, my dance card is empty at the moment.
Oh, well, then
Because
it would
that
be
was
my-
a thing. You literally
was.
filled out your dance card. You didn't just spontaneously dance
No,
with
no.
people. No, that sucker was filled out.
Yes, I hope I might be able to take the first dance with you, if you wouldn't mind.
Oh, well. I believe. And she'll pull out her dance card because that's something you'd have on you
Mhm,
for the days.
mhm. It's
And-
usually you could actually have it attached, right? Like in a little, they're
Mhm.
usually quite small. It would attach to your, like a little ribbon around your wrist.
Yes.
Yes.
I'll pull it out. Slightly miffed that no one else got the first dance.
Mm.
I have a show to put on.
I know, it's fine. And Charles just got here, it's fine, so it's fine.
Yes,
Oh, yes, no, it's free, it's open. Still early in the day. Quite a go-getter.
yes.
And it would be Lord Jill, right?
Yes, would, yes.
Yes, of
And-
course, Lord Jill.
And Faith goes, oh, well, my dance card's already full, completely. Already. So sad. But then again, you are so old at 19.
Oh,
And
yes.
not even betrothed.
Yes. More that I've been quite busy this day with all the preparations and making sure everything is ready for the townsfolk. I do wish for them to have the best day possible.
Oh, I feel like they're just having a lovely time with our boar. My brother Edmund hunted it himself.
I did hear about that. Quite generous of your family.
And of course, he has a saber on him, and he goes, "Yes, I hunted it myself in the woods out here. I'm quite the hunter." And he sort of gives you that look, Lady Brazelton.
Oh, no. So it would seem.
Yes, and he sort of looks at Charles and Hattie. He's like, "Oh, the Chumleys are back." Ah.
Delicious boar, by the way.
Oh, yes, well, I hunted it myself. It was quite dangerous. The boar came charging at me from, 100 paces. And, I've never been scared by danger. Sort of looks over at Violet.
Uh-huh.
How very fortunate for you.
Yes. And you, has your family killed anyone again recently? Surprised you show yourselves here. Also, you're not married, are you? How embarrassing for you.
Yes, indeed. It must be.
Yes. Well, I would stick around a little bit longer, but I do not want my younger sister, who does need to find someone eligible to marry. And he looks at the two gentlemen here like, ooh.
Violet is secretly angry but doesn't reveal anything.
He's like, well, I thought there might be someone interesting by the ravishing and so very classy Lady Brazelton. Unfortunately, Lady Brazelton, you've got terrible company around you. Just that. But I'm
sorting out some theatrical performance casting.
Well,
yes, I mean, after all, one is always best to
I'm sorry, are you speaking to
mingle
me?
with. Yes.
Oh. I don't understand what you're saying. I think you're speaking a foreign language, and also you're poor. I'm sorry. Lady Brazelton, I'm looking forward to a dance with you.
Oh, I'm sure you are.
Both
pleasure.
of our families are quite influential in the area, and I think that, a union between our two families would be
Tragic.
beneficial.
Do you say that out loud? Tragic?
She just under her breath.
Yeah.
just-
I love it. I love it.
And he looks at you and he goes, I'm sorry, did you say something about your father killing half of this town?
I heard something about that. I don't know. People around here, especially those with nothing to do with their time, do indeed like to let their minds wander.
Interesting, Lady Brazelton. I hope to see you at the dance. Faith, would you give a few steps? I wanted to just have a quick word with Lady Brazelton for one moment. And she goes, well, of course, I wouldn't mind at all. And, she just sort of like gives a curtsy, and she's not quite sure what to do with people that she's been told are not to be spoken to, but she sort of gives a curtsy to Lady Brazelton and sort of gives a curtsy to the other assembled gentles because she's being polite, but you can tell she's not quite certain what to do about reputations.
All that.
Mhm.
All of that. And she takes a couple steps away. And when she's out of earshot, Edmund goes, Lady Brazelton, I will be certainly casting my lot for you for the May Queen.
Do appreciate that, Lord
Yes.
Duke.
And it's just like, it is very vaguely flirtatious.
Yes,
right?
no, yes.
Like nothing inappropriate, but just vaguely
That's fine. You
flirtatious.
can have that
Yes.
until after he casts his vote. And then...
And the two sort of go to the mingling so they can watch this show as they're all, and of course you're gonna have somebody, there are little lots to cast your vote for the May Queen, and the dance hasn't even happened yet, but people are going to cast their lots now, and during this performance someone's going to run with a little hat so people can drop their lots in the
Well,
basket.
if you two need time to rehearse a bit before the performance, I should probably have to leave you to it.
I do have to go over my lines. You are correct.
Yes, and we have very little time.
Of course. Well, don't let me keep you any longer. Perhaps you would like to see the rest of the festival, Charles, although it does seem you found the boar.
Oh, yes, of course. Wow, that Edmund was quite a character, I must say.
Yes, a character is an appropriate word to describe him, I believe.
Quite. Shall we then?
Yes, let's.
I think your dad loves Edmund, by the way.
Oh, no.
I do.
Course.
I think your dad loves Edmund. That's just my thought.
He would.
Yes,
He's got the chin.
he does. He does.
Chin.
And you two sort of wander about the fair, I imagine, and there are
Yes.
things on sale.
Mm-hmm.
Little dolls and ribbons, of course.
If I see a ribbon or some such that is a complementary to whatever dress or accessories that Hattie is wearing, I would like to procure it for.
Oh.
I'm going to find her a hat because I think it's funny.
What kind of a hat do you want to get your sister?
I think a hunter's cap, like the narrow, like Green Robin Hood style with the feather. She probably has at least half a dozen other like
So many hats.
yeah, costumed hats that I found at various fairs and festivals we had attended.
It's tradition at this point.
Oh my goodness. I love this very much. And there is, of course, a lovely hunter's cap in red, I would say, that you can get with a nice big feather on it.
Perfect. You know, Violet, I must apologize. I'm a bit free with my words after moving to France for a bit.
Oh, yes, I
And-
hear they're free with a lot around there.
Quite. If you want, I could show you sometime. But well, we decided to come back here. The past would eventually be dredged up, and well, when we had him still, our father was very vocal about who was to blame for our unfortunate position. Not that any of that should fall to you. But you know the townsfolk. They'll pile on the problems for the nearest scapegoat, and we
do
were
like to
the
talk.
biggest. And by tarring and pitching and burning our reputation, they hope to save their own. Goodness. That Edmund, I'll have to give him a piece of my mind at some point or another.
If you do, I do recommend doing it not in public. The drills are quite crafty, one might say.
Also, he has a sword. I don't have a sword, and I'm not particularly good with one. Well, I'm not particularly good with the standard kind.
Oh, I see.
I'm a bit specialized, you see.
Oh, how
Yes,
exciting.
all sorts of thrusting techniques and the
Oh,
like.
goodness. Is that some of that French fencing I've heard about?
Oh, yes, quite very potent stuff.
Oh, my. Goodness. Well, I'd love to hear all about it sometime.
Yes. Now you have done me the honor of guiding me through the fair, seeing the old town hamlet, so to speak. Is there anything catch your eye? We may be poor in reputation, but we're certainly not poor in purse.
See. Well, nothing in particular on the first round, but I suppose we could always take a second tour around to see if anything catches our eye.
Of course. And if nothing does, I propose buying a matching hat for you as well.
Oh. That could be delightfully fun. And we'll take another tour around.
Roland, you see, as you're on the stage, needing to guide Hattie into the blocking of this show. Because you're on the stage, you two both, so you have a good vantage point, and you're on a hill of everything. And you can see Lady Brazelton and Charles touring the town square together, laughing, it seems, amused by something, buying presents, just noting it.
I see this too.
Mm-hmm.
They do seem quite cozy together.
Oh, you're talking to me.
Apparently not.
I'm sorry. It just sounded like drivel.
Hmm.
Uh,
You're used to that being on the stage, I assume.
So you're going to ruin Lady Brazelton's life now because you've seen her with your brother?
You know, that was just for you.
I don't know if I should call myself blessed or cursed then.
A bit of both, I assume.
I have yet to understand why.
And that is where the problem lies.
All right. Page 3. Let's
All right.
begin.
How does this rehearsal go? You have a very short amount of time to get yourself down, and you two are going to be these lovers.
Jesus.
I want to check real quick how often she speaks during the play.
I have
Citing
a
the source
question.
material.
Yes.
Oh,
So-
sorry, keep going.
So in order to be in the play, I got rid of my eccentric token, right?
Yes, that is correct.
Can I use my level-headed token to like do well in this, to be good under pressure, essentially?
You could. Yes, you could. Then you wouldn't have to use one of your other resolve tokens. You absolutely could. Or you could use resolve token, either one.
I would like to use my level-headed
Absolutely.
tag.
That you're sort of level-headed under pressure means that what you can pick up all of your blocking and sort of like actually get these lines down. And sort of
Yeah.
get what you need.
Well, yeah, well enough to make it a presentable presentable presentation. Yeah, that's a thing.
I have a question about this, about your level-headedness, because you're spending the resolve token and it's
Mhm.
not going to harm anyone. So I feel
Mhm.
like you don't have to negotiate with anyone. You're just chatting with me.
Mhm.
I mean, if you wanted that to also make Roland look bad, that'd be a different thing altogether.
I don't think she's that petty at this time.
No.
At this time.
At this time.
I get it. Is your level-headedness going to help this performance in any other way? You do know the town quite well.
I do.
You've got some okay, look, here's what I'm gonna tell you about this town. You've got some very rich people, all of whom are very well educated.
Mhm.
How do I put this? They're not London or Southern aristocrats, which means they have it's a bit of a complicated situation, right? Many of them travel and are very well educated. Sometimes have a little bit of there's a bit of a rivalry, right,
Mhm.
between the North and the South. Also, this area, War of the Roses, right? Up this way. These are people who have like very good pedigree, but are not in London, but that's all right. And then you have like salt of the earth farmers and miners who are not as well educated and are very small town. And also prone to gossip. And also, okay, but to be fair, the rich people are also prone to gossip. Actually, everybody is prone to gossip. And you have a pretty good sort of like middle class or sort of really upper middle class of people who own large estates of like farmlands.
Mhm.
And you have some people who actually own some mines and quarries who put quite a lot of money. So it's like this kind of like big middle class as well. And by middle class, I mean upper class.
Mhm.
And they also have a lot of gossip. And they tend to be either not as well educated, but very, very wealthy, or overcompensating for their lack of pedigree by being hyper educated, right? So it's like a kind of an interesting mix of people
Right.
in this area. And, you know, there's been some conflict with France. So some people are a little anti-French.
Yeah.
Some people think the aristocrats oftentimes like France because it's very fancy in certain ways, right? So there's like a particular kind of like allure to France. People will go there often, right, on vacation or to Italy, depending. So there's a kind of an interesting mix of feelings about French, depending on your class status and your background. So this is a sort of commedia dell'arte, physical comedy, dick joke sort of play, which will certainly appeal to the townsfolk. But it is in French, which is a bit of a thing, which would be helpful reputation-wise for Lady Brazelton, that it is something cultured with the people who are aristocratic, but maybe not so great for the general populace, who can be a little bit xenophobic. So you've got a bit of kind of interesting mix of conflict when it comes to the different populations who will be, it's a mixed audience. So I'm wondering what your level-headedness might bring to bear in this situation.
Well, Hattie is in charge of the family business, maybe not
Yes.
in name, but definitely in practice.
Yeah.
And I feel like she would be able to offer some suggestions that maybe not Roland, but maybe the other actors will take to kind of make it a little bit more palatable for both, for the townsfolk and the upper class.
Roland, do you listen to her advice?
Objectively, how good is it?
She spent the result token, so yes, it is good. She may not be an actor, but she knows this area very well.
I promise I won't do anything to ruin your show. I just want to make it so your troupe isn't laughed at, essentially, by any part of town.
I owe you nothing for this.
No, I wouldn't want you to owe me anything for this.
Then let's proceed with your changes.
Perfect.
So you two work hard together right there to get this show together, to sort of walk that fine line between broad humor that is understandable to, like, you know, the working folk, and also to get the class that will read well to the aristocrats, right? That kind of walk that line.
Yeah, this version of the play actually also parodies another play of Corneille, which is El Cid.
Oh,
The story about, well, if you don't know Cid, it's a play about this character who appears in every Final Fantasy game.
Oh, hi.
But yeah, no, it's a play about a Spanish knight and all that. So it's got, like, the Corneille version is just a step. It's dick jokes with class.
yes, and that's important. And I will note that at this moment we are at war with France. It's a little awkward, but you know, there's a
Yes,
there's a bit of a war happening, but you know,
but
not
that
fighting, so
fighting is for bores,
yes,
and
of course.
we here are just illuminating the minds with, you know, where's Géronte and his giant leather dick now?
And as the people in the town are sort of moving about, I think we're getting to that moment where everyone's going to come together to watch this play take place. And afterwards, there's going to be this the big May dance around where all of the candidates for May Queen will dance around the maypole. But that is going to happen after our break.
Ooh.
Because it is our break time, but I will note this: as we sort of move towards break, the entire hamlet and some people from outside of the hamlet are all gathered around on the sort of front garden, right, of the Chumley estate, with the stage there and the lights and the candles at the front of the stage and all the lights up, and everyone is there ready to watch this play that everyone has heard so much about, or this troupe, or see them. And all of the important people are jockeying for spaces up front. All the other people in the back eating onions and sort of watching to see what's going on, to see if they're going to like it or not. And two small children with baskets festooned in ribbons are going to be wandering about the audience, collecting little wooden lots with the names of their May Queen choice throughout the town, out through the crowd. And as these two little kids sort of make their way through the crowd, as everyone is sort of drinking ale and restless for the show to begin, that is where we're going to take our break. And when we come back, we will find out how the play went and watch the maypole dance and find out who the queen of the May Queen is. While we're at our break, everyone, please do get some refreshments, have some tea, perhaps some crumpets, and yes, some refreshments. And please be certain. Oh, I'm sorry. Would you do me a favor, Lindy?
Yes.
Might you put in a poll to take place during the? Yes. Would you put in a poll?
I could do that. Yes.
A poll for the May Queen.
For the May Queen, who should I put? We can talk about that while it's in break.
Yes, well, of course, Lady Brazelton should.
Yes, Lady Brazelton. Lady
Yes,
Jills.
Lady Jill should also be in there, of course. Yes. I also think there are a couple of other young women, some not so young, who are not married, who also could be eligible for.
Helena could be.
Yes, Helena could be, of course.
Who is the May Queen?
married.
I'm making the
No, Helena cannot, because she's married.
She's
Helena.
married, of
All right,
course.
so
Yes, but Hattie's not married.
Violet.
Not married, as we're quick to reminder.
Brazelton,
Yes, super not married. Super.
Super
Ancient.
old, super not married sister.
Super old,
Harriet,
super not married.
Sedgwick,
Yes.
Faith, Jills.
Yes.
Anyone else?
Well, we would like Hattie in there. Hattie Sedgwick,
I do
yourself,
have,
Violet.
I have three. Yes, us
Yes.
three.
Oh, you're young Jenny Chumley. She's a bit young, but you know.
Jennifer.
That's my
yes.
daughter stealing hearts already, just like an old
Always-
man.
Already stealing hearts. Young Jennifer Chumley. And I also think there should be one other person.
Good, because there's
on
only
that
one more
list.
poll option.
Yes, there's only one more poll option, and there should be one more.
Yes.
And if you don't mind, I would like old Phoebe Aston.
Old with an
Yes.
E. Phoebe.
Yes.
Spell
Aston.
Aston.
Eyston. And Phoebe Aston has never married, and she is 52.
Oh, damn.
Practically dead.
She's practically dead. I mean, she is already dead, and she's entered into the May Queen every single year, and she never wins. And she
Aw.
actually is, well, you know, she's just old, and she's just been here for like 1,000 years. I don't think she has more than 3 teeth. But you know, she always yells at you.
participates.
always participates.
Wonderful.
Yes. So those are our 5.
right.
Old Phoebe Aylston, very old.
Old Phoebe Aston, Little Jenny,
yes, Little
Faith
Jenny.
Jill, Harriet
Yes.
Sedgwick, and Violet Brazelton.
Yes, that is indeed who will be participating in the May dance. And you've not lived until you've seen old Phoebe Ayston dance around the maypole. It's quite the thing.
It's a sight.
It is a sight. Last time somebody threw out a back just watching her, and we'll find out how that goes. But so, if you all wouldn't mind in chat voting,
Yes, this poll will be up for 10 minutes, and you don't need anything
10
fancy. It's built
minutes.
into the Twitch, so
yes,
there's
just
the poll.
Make your vote and then have your refreshments.
All right, we will see you in about. Hello and welcome everyone. We're back. And little Jenny Chumley won the poll for the May Queen.
Well, the only way that can be overcome is through a resolve token. If someone wanted to cheat.
Who would dare?
Who would dare, indeed?
Who would dare
Jenny-
take this from my precious girl?
Little Jenny wins by the lots that are in the baskets that are being passed about. The only way to overcome that again is through a resolve
Deception.
token.
I
That's what
will
we call
play a
cheating.
resolve token to be made me queen.
Oh.
No.
Really?
No.
Out of curiosity,
Mm,
if I was playing someone, say Leslie Altringham,
yeah.
and I wanted, could I spend a resolve token on his behalf to make Hattie the May Queen?
Yes, you could.
Okay. I'm not playing him, and I don't want to do that, but just so for future reference.
You could, because yes, absolutely you could. Now, it depends on where that resolve token goes would depend on how we interpret things. You see, it is after all, usually if it's just like out to the universe, the resolve tokens just go away. But if it would mess with another person, they would get it. Now, if becoming Queen of the May would be difficult for a Hattie, then she would get it. So, but just generally speaking, you're like, hey, I would like you to be, you'd probably negotiate with her since it's her. You would say, I would like Leslie to make it so that you are the Queen of the May.
Jenny for May Queen.
Would you accept this token? And then Hattie could say yes. And then
I see.
and then she would become the Queen of the May.
These are things a younger brother should know.
Yes, just in case young brothers, want to do such things on behalf of, Now, if you were playing Leslie, you would be spending Leslie's resolve token, since it is Leslie who's stealing baskets from children to change the names.
This will make her love me again.
This will make her love me if I rob a small child.
Give me the basket, kid.
Yes. So I just am going to share that with you. I will also add Edmund and Faith to the connections in our sheet. That will happen, as we are out and about. So, as everyone is sitting around waiting for this play to begin, there's, the townspeople are sort of rumbling about. And, people are chatting. I wonder when, Lady Brasselton's going to go and get engaged and who she's going to get engaged to. She's 19 already. We should probably find out soon. I wonder where it's going to be, because have you seen any suitors? I haven't seen any suitors. How about you? I hear old Phoebe's going to dance again this year around the maypole. We better make sure your children don't see. I don't know about that. Everybody's talking. Did you hear that Chumleys are back? I did. Didn't you hear that? So Edmund Killer Chumley's got a daughter with him. I did see that. Did you hear that Hattie also Killer Chumley? They don't use those last names. Well, they may not use those last names. They're still Chumleys. They killed my granddad. They didn't kill your granddad. He died 4 years before that whole ship sank. Well, he died of a heartbreak. He knew it was coming. He could tell. Anyway, the point is, she's back too. She's going to be in a play on a stage and everything. I don't know about that. I feel like it's not particularly, it's not particularly ladylike to be in a show. Well, I sure have some sort of, maybe she's not so stuck up like all the rest of them. Well, I don't know about that either. Well, I don't know. You hear they're all French, these folks. I don't know. They're French. Well, we're at war with France. I don't know if I want to see any sort of French stuff. Well, I hear there's dick jokes. I do like a good dick joke. Well, let's see how this goes. And everybody settles down to get ready for this play. And as there are no curtains because it's just actually a stage. As people sort of step up onto the stage, tell me how this goes.
I think it goes well. I think some of the calmer moment of the play just fly over everyone's head. But I think that once the play ends,
Oh no.
no, I know, but
Yeah.
in retrospect, the changes that Hattie brought actually made it a lot better than what it would have been. Though in the moment, I don't think we have time to notice that.
I have a question.
Mhm.
How's the chemistry between you two? You know, you and Hattie. I mean, your characters. How's that go? You're arch rivals, right? Yeah. I'm just curious. I'm just asking.
I have. Okay. Goddamn. Let me send a message to Hattie real quick.
No.
Also, for those of you who, for those of you who are, in the audience, we have a public, we have an online play document. I wonder if the audience can see it without access to being able to change it. Can that be a thing that happens? Anyway, you can make notes on it, and there is a note that just popped up there, and the note says, make Edmund pay. That's just a note that's in there. I didn't do it personally.
No, that's my note. Those are Simon's notes for the game.
Yeah. Note to self: make Edmund pay. And I'm just noting that. That's just a comment, and I appreciate it. That's all. So yeah. I just want to know how that goes. You two. I'm curious.
Probably. Sorry, my keyboard is clacking.
Oh,
If there's clacking keyboards, that means we know there's drama.
Yeah.
So my pigeon was sent. It's flying over to Hattie.
Over the moors.
Okay. We're on the same line.
Okay.
Awesome.
Mhm.
Do you want to say it or do I say it?
I feel like you go ahead. I'll let you take this. This is your play.
Sure. Okay. They have an up to now unforeseen chemistry. Because you know what they say. Hate is born of passion. You need to have a lot of emotions in order to hate someone. And to be their rivals for so many years.
Yeah.
There needs to be something there.
Yeah.
And it is
Hate.
definitely there is definitely some tension on stage. But it's almost like we get it to the point where we can finish each other's.
Sentence. Listen, it's late. Okay.
And I think that's a good representation of the play of, us giving our lines and then Hattie just needing a moment to try to read it off or something but everyone has a laugh. The play ends with the liar ending up alone because he tried to get too many people at once. However, he in the conclusion, his servant, his valet, Cleton, says that he managed to escape with grace, and who knows what will happen in the future. Now, interestingly enough, Corneille did write a sequel to the play that I haven't read. But there is a sequel that takes place like a year after.
May I ask a question? Is this stage performance a pivotal moment for anyone here that might change their fortunes perhaps in the future?
Because of Hattie, it's become one for me. Because otherwise it would have been just a routine play.
And so, since you said it could be a pivotal moment for you, I must ask you this question. Also, dearest Lindy.
Yes.
Can the audience see our online play document at all?
I can make that happen. with a
can.
couple of moments.
Yes. While you're doing that,
I have to log into Google on a different browser, but I can do that.
Oh, all right. So let me ask you, if this is a pivotal moment, what does it foreshadow? So this is the pivotal moment that you're on the stage and you have this performance here. So let me ask, in what way might your fortune be changed in the future? It's not a definite, but it is a possibility.
What page do you want them to see?
We're going to go to rumors and scandals.
Oh, okay. Spicy.
Yes. So I would like you to come up with, it goes in the rumors and scandals space, but it's a fortune. It's a fortune that may or may not come true, but would be the sort of future outcome, a possible future outcome from this pivotal moment for Roland.
I
And you can go like wild in this one, like maybe this would lead to getting a part at Stratford-on-Avon, whatever you think that this moment could conceivably lead to as a changing fortune for you.
Oh my God.
And as Crit Witch notes, yes, this is foreshadowing. So this is a moment where you can foreshadow what might
happen for him.
It might not, but it might. It's like a imagine yourself being a clairvoyant, a fortune teller, where this may or may not happen, but it's a way that this is a pivotal moment in your life that could lead to this thing.
He might actually come to terms with not being on a prestigious stage in Paris and to just lead a life of creativity in a remote region of maybe England, maybe another country.
Roland will lead a life of quiet creativity in a remote region.
But I think the most important part of that foreshadowing is come to terms with what happened.
Mm-hmm. After coming,
because he needs to do that to move on. Otherwise, it's impossible for him.
With his former career. So this here is a fortune, a changing fortune. And it could be, so like, you want something that would be right, a long-term implications of this thing. Be courageous. And this right now basically counts as a rumor. It is not yet spread, but this, could become spread, which means it could become used as a resolve token. Maybe it'll come true. We don't know. It is a thing that could happen out of this moment. But please take a fortune point.
Ooh, what do I
And
do
you
with
can
that?
put that on your character sheet. There's a spot for fortune
You can
points.
spend any number to change my role, my background.
Mm-hmm. So with fortune
okay.
Fortune points are, because we're doing long spans, they do let you do things like change your role or your background, change the fortune of connections, create new connections. Like it lets you do a bunch of like.
It lets me do what I want with the note I left for myself.
For example, it lets you do things, these fortune points. And I would like to just point this out because if any moment happens, big or small, that you think is a pivotal moment for your character, just say, and you can use this to get right a changing fortune moment. Thank you for that, Lindy. And after our play ends, we come up to the May Festival. There's this great maypole, and at this point it's sort of getting dark, and everyone's sitting on these hay bales, and all of the eligible young women who are going to be dancing around the maypole step forward, and at the moment there are only 4. The first person to pop up, after all, of course, is Faith. Faith Jills immediately grabs her ribbon at the maypole. When does Violet make her way?
Oh, I think Violet would, should Phoebe need any assistance getting to the maypole, would assist Phoebe to walk so that Phoebe can have her ribbon second, and then I will take mine third.
Phoebe I just need a little help getting up there to the maypole. It's fine.
Of course. I would love to guide you up there. There we
And
go. That's
Phoebe,
way off.
like, she can barely see the maypole. No,
Here's the ribbon for you. Peach, your favorite?
Did I tell you about the time when I made some peach cordial?
You have.
Oh,
The delightful tale.
this was a good story. I made all sorts of peach cordial, but I made too much, and then I left it out. And then someone, I don't remember now who, but somebody funny drank it all, and there was a scandal.
I'd imagine there was. I face her in the proper direction with her ribbon, and then I will take the ribbon behind.
But there are these 2 empty ribbons left for 2 more eligible young women to go and dance. Now, really, it should be people who are not nobles, but some people always dance. And this is Faith's first time, and she's expecting to win. She's very excited.
She's going to be disappointed.
Resolve tokens have not yet closed. And
Oh,
a note is delivered to Hattie.
A note?
Mhm.
Can I open it? I will open it.
Indeed. It just says, if you don't dance, I'll be disappointed. You should show them all. But no signature.
Okay. Do I recognize the handwriting?
That's an interesting question. Do you recognize the handwriting?
No, I don't recognize the handwriting. I don't think I do.
Really? Why
Really?
not?
I don't write to anybody here.
Are you sure you don't recognize the handwriting?
At this current moment, I don't recognize the handwriting.
Perhaps it was disguised.
The opposite hand, maybe.
Perhaps. But someone seems to think you should dance today.
I think I'm feeling rather ambitious or adventurous, I think is the word.
oh, you don't want to be an
So-
adventuress. There.
Too scandalous.
I'm already, swathed in scandal, so who cares?
It gets worse. Adventurous is.
I'm going to reach out and I'm going to take Jenny's hand because I'm already
Mhm.
the talk of the town, and I will bring Jenny with me, and I will have Jenny take the second to last, and I will take the last ribbon.
Lindy, will you describe Jenny?
Oh, well, I think Charles maybe or Yutsai should describe Jenny.
Yes, Yutsai, you should describe Jenny. What does little Jenny, your daughter, look like?
East Asian features, adorable, slightly big head, but that's mostly normal.
All kids do.
Yeah. Straight black hair that is a little knotted because she keeps getting into places she's not supposed to be, and Charles is not good at stopping that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, very inquisitive, very adventurous. Her movements are energetic. Her head, she's always looking at things and staring up at people and always asking questions.
So I would like to ask, as our music kicks up, how each person dances around the maypole, because this is actually sort of a bit of a production, right? You can be carefree or not. You can be calculated or not. I would like to know how each person dances around the maypole, and I will begin with old Phoebe. Old Phoebe, her dancing is mostly like a shuffle. She mostly shuffles around the maypole, and she's got to sort of be led to make sure that she interweaves with people, and not that she doesn't miss up the interweaving. But then every once in a while, she thrusts her hip to the side in some vaguely violent way that is supposed to be like a cool move. But every time she does, it's always not on the beat. And it's always like, is she going to throw out her hip? Nobody knows. And she's quite a broad woman, you know? She's quite a broad woman. And she just like, she's like shuffles, and then shuffles. And that's how old Phoebe dances around the maypole.
Wonderful. Well, I think little Jenny, it takes a little bit of everyone's style that she sees, because she's not sure how this goes. She's 5. 5-year-olds are great copiers and emulators, so I believe that little Jenny just she starts with the shuffle and the hip thrust, which is hilarious to see in a 5-year-old and like a 50-something-year-old, you know. And then she will like look around to the next person and then copy their moves. As
Who's the next person she
excitedly
copies?
goes around. Oh, I think the next person she copies is probably the person who dragged her. I want to bounce it up between all of us. She's gonna copy Faith next. That way we can bounce.
Oh, okay. Faith dances in a way that is exceptionally graceful, very smooth, and slightly inappropriate for the setting. Not that it's scandalous, but this is a maypole dance. Do you know what I mean? Like, this is supposed to be...
She's dancing more like a ballroom.
She's dancing a bit more like a ballroom. This should be a bit raucous. This should be... Like, this is a moment to sort of let your hair down, which means you're never going to let your hair down fully. But, like, it's the moment for you to, like, show that you're sort of one of the people, but not too much one of the people. And she does not do that. This is, like, her moment. Like, it's like she has trained for cotillion. And she has taken all of her sort of grace lessons and she does them here to a jaunty jig, which is just it's like somebody singing opera to jazz. Do you know what I mean? It's a little bit like that. It would be very lovely in a ball.
Yes.
Is
when Jenny copies her nose is in the air.
Yes. So when Faith, she like, and her moves are very graceful, especially she weaves in and out of the people, but there's just something a little not of the people, right, about it. And then she's like sweeps around Hattie.
Yes. So I think at the beginning, Hattie she stumbles a bit because she was 15 when she left and she's never done this. She didn't do it in France.
Yeah.
But she's watched it enough times that she knows. So after like the first couple, first 10, 15 seconds, she kind of gets the natural feel of it. And it's nothing flashy, nothing crazy. It's just very on the beat, very with the tune, natural.
And I imagine as you interleave with Violet.
Violet she's graceful in a way that someone who's been trained for prim and properness, walk with this book on your head, grace kind of you just have after a certain point. However, she is definitely trying to keep it peppy, because that is the function of this event. The function is to let your hair down a bit, and though she might be viewed as irresponsible, maybe this is a socially acceptable moment to let that out a little bit. And so we'll embrace the nature of the festival with keeping graceful, but doing some cool peasant moves,
Oh, guess we're busting out some peasant moves. All right. And at the end, as all the ribbons are sort of woven together, right? Because when you do the May dance, you all sort of like, you dance around each other in and out, right? So that in the end, all of the ribbons sort of then adorn the pole in a really great sort of cool crisscross pattern. And as you finish, you've all done, and there's a huge shout and cheers.
Jenny bows, because that's what she saw everyone do on stage when the cheers and shouting happened at the play.
And the Hamlet's sort of mayor comes forward with this sort of scepter that is made out of sort of wood, sort of carved wood, and like a like horns, like from a stag.
Mm.
It's a scepter made by the people, right? And it's got like a gem that's made out of granite from here, sort of that adorns the top, and it's sort of covered in ribbons, and it's its own sort of local, very pagan sort of thing. But we'll just pretend like it's not. And the mayor comes forward after having sort of. You could see as the stamps was going on, the mayor was counting the lots and the baskets and sorting them into piles so that he could figure out who the winner was. And the mayor sort of steps forward with this scepter to crown the May Queen with the name of who has gotten the most votes from the village. And as he moves forward, this is our last moment before any resolve tokens could be spent. He steps forward, close, moving right towards Faith, who has this look-alike, of course, as she just sort of like looks at Violet with a little bit of a smugness. But
Violet looks just pleasant and present because
yes,
it has not been gifted yet.
and
it would look rather, well, bad if I was to look like, make a face before the result.
yes, and our Faith is being subtle, but you catch it as she gives you a little look, and the mayor comes up towards Faith and then walks past Faith and starts walking towards you, Violet, and then walks past you, Violet.
I make no face, so just walk, see who could it be?
Right towards Hattie. Well, clearly it must be Hattie, but then walks past Hattie.
I look
And then-
excited for a moment as it could be Phoebe for once
And then
in her life.
you hear Phoebe going, "Oi, it's my year this year." And then the mayor just looks at Phoebe and walks over to little Jenny and hands little Jenny this scepter, which is a little bit big for her, and goes, "Well, you know there, little one. You are the queen of the May for this year. You're the queen. You should make a speech."
But I'm only 5.
Well, don't make a short speech because you're short.
It's a little responsibility to be a queen. I didn't know this was to become queen.
Well, you're queen for a whole year.
You're my best.
Well, I think you'll do a good job. So where's your mother?
Oh, France.
Oh, she's in France. Hope she's not in the war.
I would be very surprised if she was.
Oh, are you here because of the war?
Though Papa says she's very good at fighting.
Oh, well, so I'm sure she
Or at least
is.
arguing.
Well, children say the darndest things. Well, no, if you'll give me your hand.
Wait,
We're gonna
if I'm queen, I want her to be my advisor. She looks old and wise.
She points at Phoebe.
Phoebe goes, I can advise the queen. Oh, I've got stories. Did I tell you about the time I made the peach cordial? Oh, come
No.
with me. And then old Phoebe picks up Jenny and puts her on her shoulder so that Jenny can see the crowd.
I've been informed that I am the queen for this year. My name is
Oh.
Jenny Chumley. And this is my advisor.
All right, you riffraff, you better cheer for her, Queen. Queen Jenny, hip hip, 3 cheers. 3 cheers. No, you 2 over there, Horace. I see you. You better cheer.
Yes, cheer.
Hip hip. Hooray! Hip hip, hooray!
Now
Long
my
live Queen
royal
Jenny.
decree is for everyone to have lots of fun today and no bedtime.
and everyone cheers, and with that, there's a good dancing and drinking, and everyone's having a good time as our evening is sort of coming to an end. And that, I think, will end this moment, which will take us to the next phase. phase.
Ooh.
The reputation phase. I would like to ask each of you to bring out, to sort of look up your family background, if you don't mind. Yes, each of you has one. And I would like to start, if you don't mind, with Katie. If you would look up your family background, I believe it is old money. And if you look over, it says gain a positive tag if you, gain a negative tag if you. So let me ask you, if you could read out the criteria for positive tags and tell me if you have fulfilled any one of these criteria for this novel phase.
Okay, so gain a positive tag if you acted in the service of duty or morality in a way that compromised your desires, acted in obedience to society's conventions despite considerable hardship in doing so, denied your desires, or made a sacrifice to uphold the family name.
Did you do any of these things?
No, I don't think so.
All right. What about negative tags?
So gain a negative tag if you acted in contravention of society's conventions, acted on desire in a way that compromised your duty or morality, shamed or embarrassed the family name. I would say that Hattie definitely acted in contravention of society's conventions by being a part of the play and then having her niece join the Mayfair dance.
Yes.
Maypole dance.
I agree. So what negative tag do you think society would give you for this behavior?
Ooh, I like tasteless. That's one of the negative tags on my suggestions.
Yes. So please add tasteless to your negative reputation tags.
Okay.
And speaking of the Mayfair dance, Violet, could we see if you got any negative or positive tags this round? Could you read out your
Certainly.
Your backgrounds criteria?
Yes, so for peerage, you
Yes.
gain a positive tag if you acted in the service of duty or morality in a way that compromised your desires, acted in obedience to society's conventions despite considerable hardship in doing so, or made a sacrifice or denied your desires to uphold the superiority of your rank. And then gain a negative tag.
Well, wait, first, did you get any positive tags, do you think?
Well, she definitely denied her desires because she really wanted to be in that play. But she knew that it would not look good if she did.
All
Good
right.
for her at the very least. Because she's trying to shake that the irresponsibleness about her, you know.
That is fair. So that you really wanted to be in that play, but you didn't.
I did not.
That is fair. So what tag do you think people would give you in this town for that?
Ooh. Let's see. I'm looking at their suggestions. The suggested positive tags are influential, austere, wise, famous, or giving. I already have influential.
Yes.
I think denying her desires to appear to try to be more responsible or appear more responsible. Mayhaps we could do the giving, because I did arrange for this play to be put on, and I kept my good reputation by not involving myself in it too much.
Giving. What do you think about?
I'm open to suggestions, 112%.
If any people have other suggestions, please do. But what about something like, perhaps something like a good leader, perhaps?
Ooh,
Because you were, after all, this was a sort of event that you organized, or perhaps organized, or good organizer, something along those lines.
yes,
Perhaps?
I think perhaps a good organizer, which would be a tag in line of what she was hoping to get as well. So yes, we'll put that in there. Good organizer.
Now, speaking of plays,
Oh, did you need me to read the negative tags?
yes.
Yes. All right.
yes.
I gain a negative tag if you acted in contravention of society's conventions.
Hmm.
No. Acted on desire in a way that compromised your duty or morality. Sadly, no.
Hmm.
Allowed others of lesser rank to talk down to you or treat you as an inferior. No.
All right. No negative tags for you.
Phew.
All right, Charles. You two are old money. If you might peruse your family background, and let's see about positive and negative reputation for you in this phase.
Yes, gain a positive tag if you acted in service of duty or morality in a way that compromised your desires. Acted in obedience to society's conventions despite considerable hardship in doing so. Denied your desires or made a sacrifice to uphold the family name. I don't know if any of those apply today.
Okay, fair. What about negative?
Acted in contravention of society's conventions, acted on desire in a way that compromised your duty or morality, shamed or embarrassed the family name. I mean, the only thing I could think of might be I spoke my mind a lot.
You did, but did you do so in a way that was shameful?
At least it didn't draw a scene.
I don't think you drew a scene. I would like to ask one question, though.
Absolutely.
It's about that positive tag situation. Active in obedient society's conventions despite considerable hardship in doing so. Did you act in obedience to society's conventions with regards to Edmund?
Oh, I did want to slap that guy.
You did want to.
I wanted to know if you really wanted to slap him, but then you sort of stopped yourself and it was very difficult for you to do so.
I wanted to come up with a witty remark, and because I couldn't come up with one too quickly enough, I have something now. I'll save it for next time. But yeah, I did want to respond in some way, but I didn't. So,
but I don't know if it was a hardship for you. So we'll have to sort of keep note on this one. Because he didn't, well, on the other hand, he did say terrible things about your family in public and was quite disrespectful.
Very much so.
And mayhaps you could have been improper and flown off the handle and perhaps slapped him or some such. But you didn't. Was that very difficult?
I'd say so. I wanted to respond in kind. I had intent to doing so in a smarter way. But when that failed, I was very tempted to just smack him or challenge him to a duel, even if he had that saber.
Okay, but you didn't.
I didn't.
So I might posit that you might get a positive reputation tag for not responding to his obvious provocations, including some that sort of hit your sister as well, and you did not behave inappropriately. So what would be a good positive tag for you there?
The only one who gets to make fun of my sister is me.
That is correct. What do you think would be a good positive tag?
Goodness.
And can I suggest one, if that's okay?
Oh,
absolutely.
Refined.
Oh. Ooh, what do you think?
I like it. I do like it.
Okay, add it to your sheet, which leads us to Simon Roland. If you would look at the humble origins, and let's see what you do for your reputation.
My first one, gain a positive tag if I acted in the service of duty or morality in a way that compromised my desires.
Or?
I mean, I don't see it that much. Okay. Acted in obedience to society's conventions despite considerable hardship in doing so. Nope. Sacrificed or denied your own desires to please someone of higher rank. I don't think it pleased Hattie to be in the play.
Okay.
So while I denied my own desires to not have her on stage,
yeah,
no, I don't think it was to please.
But was it to please Violet?
Shit, yes.
I thought it might have. Been.
Yeah.
Yeah, as soon as you read that,
Yeah.
it's like, oh yeah, no, you because you were like, no,
No,
all right,
yep.
no, if
Yep.
that's what you wish, my lady, that's
Yep. That
Yep.
was exactly what you said.
Yeah.
What positive tag do you think you'd get out of that?
Oh my god. Positive tag. I don't like accommodating, but I feel it's in that area, in that ballpark.
Loyal, perhaps.
Ooh, I like that.
ooh, yeah, that's a good
Loyal.
one.
That's good. That is a very good one. I like that.
And it harkens back to the whole like Charles was my only one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I
it
don't
can
know.
be again.
I mean, we have so many episodes to go. But I have to be careful. I've been typecast as French, but not as the libertine that I normally am.
But you're secretly, but nobody knows that you're engaged, so I feel like you're totally free.
No, but also I keep looking at sweet and innocent on my sheet.
No, it doesn't mean you are. It just means that people say about you.
I know, but if they say that about me,
Yes.
it means that there's something about me that must, in a way. And so I think
That and
I
Simon
have to make
was like,
sure.
for my next game, I want to try to play a different character.
I need to be oblivious to double entendres.
Yes.
And I need to just, honestly, I just want to lie down on a chaise lounge with someone I love, rubbing their chest while we read poetry and eat grapes.
Oh. I imagine there are a couple of people here who are eligible.
Also, I want us to have 12 greyhounds, to have a nice, charming cottage somewhere in the English countryside.
This actually brings us to the rumors and scandal because
Oh, no, wait.
gone through.
Yeah,
Because I think, I have something negative. I have something negative.
Please.
Yeah, gain a negative tag if you acted in contravention to society's convention. I will stop there. I decided to speak up at a noble.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, you did.
Yes,
I was just like, who the fuck are you? Don't touch my boo.
Yes. That is true. I was trying to protect you, but no, it's correct. What negative reputation tag do you get from that?
Oh, it's
Mouthy.
Oh, mouthy.
Yeah. I'm going to note that we have currently 3 out of our 4 main characters have 2 positive and or negative reputation tags. When they get 3, something happens. Just gonna note that one. And if it's positive, something good. If it's negative, something bad. Just bad. Just noting it.
Okay, so something bad happens next week. Got it.
Well, you can get rid of those tags by using them or having them used against you. As a resolve tokens, having some things happen, like as our dear Hattie got rid of her eccentric by going onto the stage. So rumors and scandal. It is rumors and scandal time. We will begin. We're going to go around the circle. And we each get to either do one of the following: create a rumor or spread a pre-existing rumor that is already on the table. And I'm also going to have to sort of, because I did not ask and nobody volunteered, but just in case, I do want to note that if somebody thought that the May dance was a pivotal moment for their character, they should speak up. And let us begin. I want to see what this looks like on
Can it be a pivotal moment for one of the side characters? I.e. Jennifer?
Do they get those?
I don't know if they get those. They don't. Okay,
No.
then never mind.
They do not. But I mean, it would be for her. But it could be for other people. I don't know. Let's start with, I'm going to start with, we're going to go clockwise. And we're going to start with Violet. Lindy, this is not your character. This is you in the village. You the village. You are
I the village.
Yes.
I
You may
the
either
village.
start a rumor or
Mhm.
spread one that is currently on the table, of which there's only one that is unspread.
Mm-hmm.
Any rumor you think that would be exciting or
Do I have to
useful.
spread any rumor at all?
Yeah, you can create or spread.
Oh, I have to do one of the two.
Yes.
I see.
Mhm.
Let's create a rumor then.
Please do.
That
Mhm.
sounds fun. Oh, this is exciting.
I'm
You're
ready
gonna
for this.
hate it.
Or I will love
Not
it.
you. I was
I
looking
mean-
at Nugget, and you didn't know I was looking at Nugget when I said
I
that.
see.
but
I see. I see.
Did you? I swear, did you see the chemistry between those two lovers on the stage?
Oh, no.
That
Oh.
Chumley girl and that French
What?
actor. You know they were in France for quite some time.
No. Oi, wait a minute. Are you saying that he's having a secret affair?
I'm saying that they just seemed really comfortable with each other up there.
Oh, it's a good rumor. Rumor has it. Rumor has it that Roland and Atty
God damn it, Lindy.
are having
I-
a secret affair.
I love that people think that France is like this one cafe or something that everyone hangs out
Everybody
as,
knows everybody.
and not like an enormous country.
We're in North England in a village of like 300
500
people.
people.
Yeah.
Yep. To carry around this circle. By the way, was that Mayfair a pivotal moment for?
I don't think it was. No.
Just asking. All right.
No. The rumor is that Roland and Harriet might be secretly courting.
Oh, lovely. I love it.
They have a lot of chemistry. And why else would the Chumleys show up now of all time?
Clearly. Yutsai, do you have a rumor you'd like to either create or spread?
Yes. Just a reminder, if you don't spread a rumor, then it fades, correct?
So, if you spread a rumor, it can be used as a resolve token, which is exciting. A free resolve token. If you do not spread it, then we get the little fading tick mark. And then after the next rumor and scandal phase, it just goes away.
Okie doke. Just because I like the idea of this, and I've already been seeding these things.
Oi, did you hear?
Hmm.
Rumor has it
What?
the Chumleys came back because they don't know where their little stash their daddy left them actually is. They're trying to find it. But
Ooh.
according to law, if you find it, you gets it.
Ooh. Well, that's good. I like that one. So what you're saying is that Chumleys is back to try to find the secret stash, but nobody knows where it is. But if you find it first,
You
it's
gets
yours.
to. Mhm.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think I make a pretty good noble if I do things for myself.
I heard they had so much money. So all we got to do is find it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. I'm going to I'm going to write that rumor down because I like it very much. And while I'm writing down this rumor, Katie, would you like to spread or
Hattie.
create a rumor? Well, no, Katie doesn't do it. Nuggetosaurus does.
She's also not Katie.
Yeah.
Becky. Close enough.
Fine.
She did play a character once that was my cousin Katie, but
Cousin
that was
Katie.
like
That's
3
why.
years ago
I did.
before I knew you, Trooper.
But you told me the
So-
story. It's fine. Go ahead. Yes.
Did you see Edmund and Violet in front of the Chumley estate this morning? Did you see them? They
I
looked
did.
awfully close. My ears have heard
Yeah.
that Lord Braselton has
Yeah.
made a deal with Lord, what is it, Gills?
Jills.
Gills. With Lord Gills, that if he can woo her, he'll allow the marriage to happen. But he has to do the work first, because we all know Braselton. He loves his daughter.
Yeah.
But if
Ooh.
he can woo her, or trick her, some of them do, then he can have her. He'll allow it.
Ooh. Oh, yeah. I've heard that too, actually. That's what I've heard. Let me write that down because that's a good one. Let me see. Yeah. So, Lord Braselton, yeah, I've heard that, has made a deal with Edmund Jules Yeah, I heard that. It's having Jill for Violet's hand. So I heard a rumor. Rumor I heard. I don't know if you heard it, but I heard a rumor that ooh, I don't even know if I should say because it's a little bit bit scandalous, you know.
I mean, you got to say it now.
Really? You think so?
Absolutely.
All right. Look, I don't mean to say nothing, but I heard it's a bit much, but all right. So I heard that the mother, little Jenny, you know, little Jenny, her mother is actually somebody from here in Barden Mill. Somebody secret that it shouldn't be. That's what I heard. I heard, and he's back, you know, to present his daughter to his secret mother.
Well, who could it be?
Well, I don't know, but I heard it's somebody important. Like, I don't want to say, but like, you know, Lady Jill, not Faith, but a mother.
The mum. Yeah.
Yeah, the mum. That's what I heard. That's what I heard.
That. You're right. That is scandalous.
Yeah. It was like all sorts of scandal. That's what I heard. That's what I heard.
But when would they have seen each other?
Look,
They've been in France for the past 10 years.
yeah, Avdado.
That's true. We don't
He
know.
Come back here and then and all that. That's what I heard.
Who knows?
That's what I heard. Now we get to do another round, but we go backwards.
Doesn't Roland get to make one?
Oh yeah, you don't. Roland, you got one. So
Can't
I just went to myself.
exclude and typecast, Simon.
Wow, just because I'm playing the French guy, I am just. No one cares about what I think. They only care about what I look like.
No.
Um,
What have you got? You can either create one or spread one.
Yeah.
with what happened, can it be linked to another, like a sub rumor,
Sure.
or like expand on it? Okay, that's awesome. Boy, I think I know why all these actors are staying at the Chumley house.
Oh yeah, why?
Well, you know that Lady Brazelton gave them the house, right?
Yeah.
I think is because I think it's because one of them has like dirt or secrets on her or her father. I think it's more of her dad than herself.
Oh, you think there's some sort of blackmail going on?
Well, I mean, you can't trust actors now,
no,
can
it's
you?
It's true. That makes sense.
They're one bad gig away from being criminals, all of them.
Well, yeah. Well, you know what actors are? They're liars. That means they know how to lie, which means they're basically criminals.
I know they're professional liars.
That's right. So what you're trying to tell me then is that one of them has got some sort of dirt on Lord Brazelton and is doing a blackmail.
Oi.
Oh, yeah.
Oi.
That's about right. I think that's true.
I think we should try to find it out, and then, you know, maybe drive him out of town or something.
Well, I think so. Yeah. So here's the thing though. We did one round and now we gotta go backwards in the direction. Simon, you get to start. You can either make another rumor or spread one of the ones that's out here. You get to choose.
Oh my god. No, let's see if I can try another horrible British accent. Oi, I think I found the secret stash of the Chumleys. I did.
What did you? Where'd you find it?
Well, it's you know the old sycamore tree by the wall?
Yeah, by the wall, the Hadrian's wall, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I think I saw someone move some stones about. Wow, that was very Canadian.
Eh?
I saw something move the stones about, eh? And
this is my
Can
cousin
that
from
be
Canada.
your British peasant voice, please?
Yeah.
This one guy.
Oh, hey
The one
there.
dude from the New World. Hey, buddy.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I used to have some relatives that they used to live around here, don't you know?
Oh yeah, these are my cousin Eric. Say hi, Eric.
So someone was messing by the stones.
Well, I think the rumor I was trying to hint at is that Chumleys are back to find their secret stash. They are.
Well, I heard that though, but I heard you're trying to say it's by Hadrian's walls. What you're saying though?
Mhm.
Oh, does that become a new rumor?
That would be the new rumor, unless you wanted to go and
Unless you
spread
wanted
that
to
other one.
spread the one.
No, I wanted to spread the other one.
yeah,
I
you
was
should
just
probably
adding
spread
flavor.
it.
I was
you
just
should
adding
totally do
flavor.
that. Yeah, I think that's true. Speaking of which, I don't know because we're going back around. Yeah. So here's the thing, though. I think it's that I actually also heard that Lord Brazelton has some sort of deal with Edmund Jill. As a matter of fact, I heard that it's basically a done deal. That Lord Edmund said, "Can I have your daughter's hand?" And he said, "Yeah. You just got to get her to say yes, but you've got my blessing." So that's what I heard. That's what I'm spreading that rumor.
Ah,
That's what I'm doing.
that's preposterous.
No, that's what I heard. Nugget. Would you like to create or spread a rumor?
All right, I'm gonna spread a rumor.
Oh yeah.
So I heard, that actor, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
The actor and that Chumley girl.
Oh yeah.
People are saying they're together.
Oh, I heard
Right?
that.
Yeah. My sister's husband's cousin's best friend's child,
Yeah.
right?
Oh yeah.
Stated,
For a fact.
for a fact,
Yeah.
she saw him out at that haunted, barn,
Oh yeah.
like a couple hours before they arrived, before they came to the fair.
Oh, I heard that too.
Mhm.
I did hear. Oh well, I'm gonna have to tell everybody. Haunted barn. Oh yeah, I think that's true.
You
think
know
that's
those, those adventurous types.
Oh
They
yeah.
like go into the spooky places.
That's right. That's right.
Mhm,
Ooh. You'd say, tell me, have you heard? Do you want to make a rumor? Do you want to spread one?
You spread the rumor that I was going to spread.
Oh, I'm
Same.
sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. I got one. I'd like to
No,
create.
we all loved it. It was a good rumor.
Give me a new rumor. What you hear? What you hear?
I'll give you a new room. All right. So I don't know if you go walking out at night. You know me. I like a jaunty little midnight
Yeah, I've
stroll.
always heard about you walking
Yeah.
at night, John.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That's why they call me Jaunty John.
Yeah.
The old Chumley estate. You know them, all them jobless layabouts working at the Chumley estate.
Yeah, well,
Them-
working. Yeah.
Working, yeah. But there's these lights, you see, they just flowing around. I think there's all these things that keep happening, things breaking, people going missing, or so I've heard. I think the place is haunted.
Ooh, well, yeah, I did hear that. I heard the Chumley State was haunted. I did hear that. Absolutely. So, by the way, Lindy,
Mm-hmm.
tell me if you want to spread a rumor, if you want to go
Oof.
and create one.
Oh, there's so many good rumors here.
I know.
Wait. All the best ones have already been spread. Can I spread the one that it's haunted since it was just created?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I
Absolutely.
too heard that it was haunted lights. But,
Did ya?
I heard that, do you know why it's haunted?
No.
Theory is, the Chumley the Eighth, Charles Chumley the Eighth, he
Yeah,
did
yeah.
kill all those people in town.
He did.
And now the restless spirits are haunting the Chumley estate.
Ooh,
So-
that's dangerous. Yeah, no, I heard that.
I wonder if my
Oof.
dam is there. It'd
So,
be nice to see her again.
yeah, well, maybe we should go visit the state and see our loved ones.
Mm-hmm.
For the record now, that means that Roland will lead a life of quiet creativity in the remote region after coming to terms with what happened with his former career. That's going to start fading. Jenny's mother's Countess Jill, that's going to start fading. And also, one of the actors has got blackmailed dirt on Lord Brazelton. That's also going to start fading. Which means, my dear friends and family, we've got one last phase before we end for tonight, which will bring us to the halfway point in our cycle. And that phase is the epistolary phase, which, by the way, is one of my favorite phases. The epistolary phase is a moment where you get, each one of us get to do two things. It's the epistolary phase is called that because you write a letter. But this is, forget me not, which means you've got some other options besides just writing a letter. You can write a letter to someone. By the way, you get two of these. Write a letter, or spend a resolve token to receive a letter from someone else if you want. Write a diary or journal entry. That's your option 2. Option 3 is to describe a dream or a nightmare that your major characters experiencing. And your 4th option is to have a weather interlude. Where you might be standing in the rain. You've got a couple options. Your weather interlude, you've got the dawn, which is like a new hope. You've got your, where is it? Where'd I put it? Well, there I did. You've got your dusk, right? Which is, things that will never be. That's sad. You've got your day, which you've got your nice, your business, the day, the business, or you've got the overcast, which is like broody contemplation, or a storm for rage and passion. So anyway, so you got a choice. We'll go around and then go back around again. So letter, journal entry, dream or nightmare, or weather interlude. And
Good question.
Yes.
So when we write the letter or journal or something like that, do we say it out loud in the moment?
Mhm.
Okay, perfect.
Indeed. And I feel like we should probably start with Simon. Number one. Hello. Does Roland have a letter he'd like to write, or just anyone, or a journal entry or diary entry he'd like to write, or a dream or a nightmare he's having, or a weather interlude?
So hard, but I think because I have a scene in mind, it has to be a weather interlude.
Ooh.
Describe this. Describe this moment.
Unspecified amount of time after the May Festival. It is an overcast sky this afternoon. There's a light drizzle, but nothing more. Roland is sitting by the window on the upper floor of the Chumley estate in his room. On the writing desk before him, just piles of papers, notebooks, journals with scribbles that he's taken over time. He's clearly, one can see that he's working on a novel. One that he will have written entirely by himself, might I add. I have no idea why I'm saying this, but I feel sort of like bound to add this detail. And there's a few of his notes that are legible. The outline of several stories. It seems that he's trying to get into the gothic romantic horror genre. And he takes up his quill, dips it in ink, and takes a very specific piece of paper where there is written just a plethora of villain archetypes and names and role in his story. And he takes a moment reading the paper, long enough that the ink from his quill drips on the page. And he ends up scratching out the name of one of the villain, Hattie the Harlot.
Ooh. As a facilitator, I get to write a letter. And I'm going to have a letter that is going to be sent to Lady Braselton.
Of course.
No, to Lord Braselton.
No.
who's controlled by our dear Nugget. This letter is being sent to you, Lord Brazelton. Does Lord Brazelton speak French?
I would imagine he does. Several languages.
Yes, this letter's in French.
Okay.
And it says, Bonjour, Lord Brazelton. I hope this letter finds you well. I'm here to let you know, from one noble to another, that you have a snake in your village. I'm here to inform you that there's an actor in your midst named one Roland, no last name given. You've not given me a last name, Simon?
No, it's my stage name.
Oh, yes. Roland. He is a liar and a thief and a con man. I wrote a novel and he stole it from me and put his name on it and erased mine. I'd hired him as an editor and all he did was steal my work. And I want you to know that this con man is the same Roland who is in your small hamlet, no doubt with evil designs on you and yours. With great respect, always, and at your service, Lord Edgaron de Fouque.
Most concerning.
Most. Yes. Charles, do you have a letter or a diary or journal entry, dream or nightmare or weather interlude you would like?
I think I'd write a letter. My
True.
dearest Roland. Fate is such a fickle thing to bring us two together once more. I find myself thinking back on older times, happier days, when the world was simpler, the wood and the stage shone like new, and the actors, though young, inexperienced, but perhaps bolder, were able to try out all the roles. I write to you now to invite you to lunch sometime so we may catch up on what was lost and what has been missed. I was very impressed with your show and am hoping you are available for future gratitudes. Best, Charles Way.
Before the letter was delivered, I just would like to note something that's very exciting about resolve tokens. They can be used in any number of ways. For example, if someone wanted to intercept that letter, they could offer a resolve token for that interception. I'm just noting it in case anyone had that desire to intercept that letter. Just noting it's a thing that can happen.
I'm very tempted.
My sister respects my privacy.
Does she?
Does she though?
Does she? Has history shown that?
Just add it as a postscript. Hello, dear sister.
P.S. Hattie, if you're reading this, stay out of my things. I told you.
Get out of my room.
Get out of my room. Would you like to spend a resolve token to ask to if you might intercept that letter? That's up to you.
Not at this time. I don't think I'm gonna stop this for now.
Excellent. All
Yeah,
right.
She wants it to build up more, so she
Yes,
crush
yes.
it.
The letter is delivered. The letter is delivered. Hattie, do you have a letter, a diary journal entry, a dream or a nightmare or a weather interlude you would like?
I have a letter that I would like to write. Dear Mr. Crookney, I do certainly hope that the accounts are in order as I'm away. Please keep in mind that any changes to the business practices, any changes in the wares, comings and goings, import fees, anything like that do need to be relayed to me post haste. And please do not forget, like you did last month, to donate that portion to the what's the name of it?
Restitution fund?
Yes. Thank you. To the restitution fund. If it is possible within our books, please increase that by 10% as well. Let me know of any changes. I hope you're well. Hattie Sedgwick.
I have many bad ideas and I'm so excited for them. Violet.
Yes, I would like to write a letter
Yes.
to my dear old friend Hattie. How I've missed you while you were away in France. And though we may have been quite young when last we met, meeting you again felt as fresh and bright as the time I saw you last. I do wish for us to have tea at some point soon, as there are many things I wish to tell you about the town, and along with some news I have about the restitution funds, or the restitution amount for your estate. Sincerely, your friend, Violet.
I have a question.
I might have an answer.
Would you like a resolve token? Because, you know, I still have all three.
What for?
For that letter to go to not make it where to its intended recipient.
But Hattie.
Yes, I know. I'm just saying I will give you a resolve token from my facilitator resolve token pool if that letter doesn't actually make it to Hattie for reasons.
For reasons, I see. Well, I am sitting prettier than everyone else in resolve tokens so far. Do you have some reputation? No. I want my friend Hattie back.
Fair. The letter is delivered. Everyone has an opportunity for a second round of letters. Or diary entries, journal entries, nightmares, dreams, or weather interludes.
Dear Hattie, if you're reading this, I am dead.
That's a journal entry then.
Yes. I have a letter.
Please do.
Sorry, that was my evil GM laugh, and I didn't mean to. Dear Miss Harriet Sedgwick, I'm sorry to inform you that Mr. Crickney, who you have been writing letters to, has been deceased for the last 6 months. I am a law enforcement official. It seems as if someone has been posing as your business manager. You may wish to check the books on your business.
Well,
Yours
shit.
sincerely, Barrister Jones.
Oh, what a twist.
Someone's been embezzling
Mm.
and lying.
Mhm.
Someone's a fraud and a liar.
Mhm.
Apparently good at forgery. Good penmanship, I imagine. Oh, by the way,
I don't know what you're talking about. My books are printed.
Mr. Crickney was murdered.
Oh shit.
How
Yeah.
how was he murdered?
The letter didn't say, but
Oh.
he was, well, you know, I don't want to tell a lady the gory details, but he was murdered.
So
And someone has
tragic.
been posing as him because you've been getting letters to him.
I wonder
from
if
him.
he's the murderer.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you've been informed by the law enforcement over in London that your barrister, business manager, has been dead for well over 6 months, murdered. But you've been getting letters and rescinding letters to him regularly all this
Mhm.
time. That's
Fun.
my second letter. Yeah. Anyone else?
I have a weather.
Please do. I'm
Okay.
excited for your weather interlude.
Okay, so I imagine before she gets this letter.
Yes.
It's a couple days after the Mayfair. It is a typical gloomy, overcast, probably rained during the night morning.
Yes.
Hattie is out with Jenny, and we are just, walking the moors, which we try to do every morning to get her, energy down because she's very excitable in the morning. And we happen to unintentionally, of course, happen to pass by Leslie's estate.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And you just see Hattie as, Jenny's, running ahead. She just kind of like looks up at the house, and you see her take a step towards it, like she's going to go and say hi. And then she hears Jenny laughing, turns and walks away.
For those who do not know, Leslie Atherton is her fiance, ? They've not really spoken since things went bad. We have 3 other people who have the option for a second letter, diary entry, dream or nightmare, or weather interlude. Business matter's been murdered. Just gonna note that one by somebody who's a good
I'll do
forger.
a dream.
Yes, please. Ooh, tell me your dream.
Yes. Slumbering in a deep sleep. It's kind of like one of those dreams where the situation is implied and you know what's going on, so it's not weird. Walking through a familiar French estate, hearing the footsteps as I descend the stairs. I'm younger, definitely. And holding in my arms a much younger Jennifer. I reach the landing, I look around, and then I hear a familiar humming, see her figure from the back. And as I call out her name, she turns, and it's in that way where the face and the hair are like completely blurred out, but you see that small, wonderful smile. And I return it as I walk over to her, and then I wake up. I look to my left, and I see Jennifer doing that thing that kids do where they're like upside down in bed.
Kicking you, shoving you, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I tuck her back in so she doesn't catch a cold. And I just think about her mother for a while.
Aww. That leaves 2, Violet and Roland. You may, if you choose, have a second.
Might. We'll write a letter.
Please.
To Charles.
Oh.
Dearest Charles, I have indeed received your letter because I received it, right?
Mm-hmm.
I can decide it's after. I don't need to spend a token for that.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I have received your letter, and I was overcome with joy at your suggestion to meet and reminisce about the past and talk about the future. There are so many things that I want to share with you. Some, alas, I must keep secret for now. But I nonetheless would like to, at the very least, reminisce about the good old times. How does next Saturday afternoon by the wall sound? I will bring a picnic.
Anyone want to interrupt that letter? Just asking. If not, Or, you know, read
Harriet's
it.
Harriet's sitting there like, oh, that dastardly Roland.
Like it might actually get to Rome, but maybe somebody read it first. I don't know. Might get to, I'm just saying, might get to Charles. But I'm just saying, these are what resolve tokens are for. They're always there to
He may not have seen the outgoing mail, but you sure as hell saw the ingoing mail.
Yeah, I think I want to offer a resolve token to not stop the letter from coming in, but to have read it first.
Stuff again.
Yeah.
Simon, how do you feel about this?
You're proposing drama? Yes, the answer is yes.
Please, Nugget, remove one resolve token, and dear Simon, please gain a resolve token for that. And
Does it matter which line of
No, it
resolve
doesn't matter.
token I check?
Doesn't
Okay. It's just like a pool of.
Yeah.
All right, thanks.
And
Yes, I decided
Violet.
on one. I thought about maybe soliciting a reply from Miss Harriet Sedgwick.
which you certainly can do.
Which I certainly could do, but I think it might be best discussed in person over tea, rather
Yes,
than
yes,
over
of course,
letters.
of course, of course.
So instead, I've opted for a dream.
Oh, I'm ready for it.
A dream that's going to be quite different than the one Charles had, which was sweet and slightly sad. Oh no, Violet's dream is much different. It's the May Day, Mayfair again, the May
Oh, so
Festival.
it is. Yes.
And she's dreaming about the play and about the looks that Roland and Harriet were casting at each other. And
You mean,
how...
I'm sorry, your fiance? And
Yes.
and the woman, yeah, okay, go ahead.
And my best friend, who I want to be my best friend again. Yes.
Yes,
Oh, and it fills me with such emotion.
What kind of emotion?
Oh, many emotions.
Are they like happiness and joy and like, yay, I'm so happy for you?
Not quite.
So it's a nightmare.
Well, that's the first part of the dream. So much like in the actual day where she saw them rehearsing, and then she took a turn around the town with Charles. Except in her dream, she's all feeling betrayed and hurt and so fiercely jealous that instead of just taking a few turns around the town with Charles, she and Charles find a secluded spot. And maybe some scandalous things occur.
Oh my goodness.
I show you my sword techniques.
Yes,
Oh
he
my
did
goodness.
offer to show her his sword techniques, that French fencing.
Oh my goodness.
Thrusting. Yes, no. And it feels a little better after that. And she wakes up. Certain people.
Feel like there's a lot of scandal going on.
Oh yes.
I love it.
Dream scandals far more socially acceptable than actual scandal.
Are they in your heart? You are a betrothed woman. Anyway, my friends.
Secretly. And I kept that secret from Ron and Harriet. In the dream. So many
yes.
secrets. So many dream
Yes,
secrets. So
well.
many spicy dream secrets.
My friends, that is the end of the first half of this cycle and the end of our episode. Next week, we will do the second half of this cycle, and I'm going to give you a spoiler so you can be prepared. We will start with the next novel phase, and this next novel phase will be visitations. Each one of you gets to choose the visitation your character would like to have. You know, you're like, I would like to have that lunch with Harriet, or that picnic with Charles, or that meeting with my family lawyer, or whatever it is that you want. Each one of you gets to choose your visitation. So it's all, you decide what you want, and that will happen. And then, of course, after that, we'll have our passage of time, which will be about like 4, 5, 6, 10 years. I don't know. So you'll have to sort of know we have a time skip coming. So use your novel phase well. We have many rumors on the table, which all may be used for things. I'm going to be spreading some very, very exciting rumors in our next. Oh no, I don't get another rumors and scandal phase. I'm so sad. It's fine because I had many rumors all about murder, embezzlement, but it's cool.
We can go
We'll
into
get
the
them
next
later.
phase, maybe.
Yeah, we'll have to go to the next phase. We'll do it later. So I'm happy for everyone to do their outros. I would love for everyone to do an outro. And Lindy gets to ask her question first, and then I'll add mine.
Oh,
Because you had a
certainly.
question.
Yes. So, questions for everyone. Who are you? Where can we find you? And what are some of your favorite moments? I would hate to restrict you to just one if you had more than one. From tonight's game, and we'll just go in reverse order from what I introduced people in typically.
Can I add my question?
Yes, I'm going to you first, though.
Oh, the question I wanted to ask was, choose one of the characters you control, either your main or your supporting, and which letter do they dearly want to receive from someone and from whom? That's what I want to know. I want to know who they want to receive a letter from. So I'm Trooper SJP, and I'm your facilitator. I've had such a lovely time stirring the pot. I feel like there are exciting things happening. All I know is that Chumleys are rumored to have a whole bunch of money somewhere, and if you find it, you get to keep it. And now their business manager's been murdered for a while now. It's cool. Speaking of which, isn't it interesting how the actors have been here for about 6 months? Weird. Anyway, so you can find me at Trooper SJP. Today is Wednesday, so Friday, City of Light and Shadow, 1 hour earlier at 6 p.m. Eastern than the normal time, because with a lot of European folks, it's a special episode. We'll be looking in on the Saints to see how they're doing, our alternate cell, to see how it's going for them. And then you can find me on Sunday night, 8 p.m. Eastern over at Praxagora, the Smoforia's channel, for Witcher Road's Home. My character's in a coma, which makes him look great. It's good for his skin. And I cannot be tortured when I'm in a coma. So I am safe. No one else is. And my favorite moments will be, oh my goodness, all the dreams. Oh my goodness. Okay. One of my favorite moments was chat voting on who the May Queen would be. Loved that. Love it, chat. Love it. And I also want to give a lot of love to everyone's reactions to Edmund Jill, Lord Edmund Jill, who is very eligible and quite wealthy. And apparently everyone loves him. Charles seemed to love him, or wanted to slap him. You know, it's really unclear. It seemed like everybody just thought he was the best. So I appreciate everybody's varied responses to Edmund. Also, my gosh, so much pot stirring, so much drama, so much excitement. The play, yeah, that's that one. And then I would say, one of the people that I control. I feel like Edmund desperately wants a letter from Violet.
Sure he does.
Yes.
He's going to be very disappointed.
Is he? Your dad likes him. And you're not engaged to anybody secretly, and he's eligible.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
There's so many eligible people, isn't there? We should make sure to choose the right one.
Well, I mean, somebody who does not have a scandalous background and who's not an
What?
actor. Yeah.
What?
So I just feel like, yeah.
But Daddy, I'm in love.
Oh no, none of that. Gonna pass it on.
All right, and we will pass it on to, my secret fiance, Roland. Oh no, the secret's out. I'm just kidding.
Hello everyone. I just closed chat by mistake. Hi, I'm Simon at Wandering DM. I'll start with the moment that I enjoyed the most. My favorite moment has got to be Charles and Lady Brazelton going away by themselves and going to talk. And the beginning of what this is going to be. I love
quadrangle.
It. Yes.
Pentagon?
It's going to be complicated and we're going to need a flow chart.
Yeah.
That said, what was the other question again? Cooper?
Letter. that
Oh,
you
the
would like to
letter.
receive.
Who would-
One of the characters
Yeah.
that you play. Who wants a letter
Um,
from whom?
I will give 2 names, but I do not know the reason, and I'm going to leave it up to everyone. I would like Anselm to get a letter from Angerang the Folk.
Ooh. You should not.
I mean,
ask
I
such
think we
things.
know what the reason.
Yeah. I feel so bad for the framing that's going to happen. I mean,
Listen,
what?
you cannot be an actor if you're not tortured.
That's true. That's true. You're going to be such a good actor.
Yep, I will. Yep.
Yep.
That
Who are you
might
played by who?
that might actually push him to finally have the inspiration for his gothic romantic horror thing.
Oh,
You know, the moment he says "I am Frankenstein," that immediately starts working. Other than that, you can find me. What day are we today? We are Wednesday. Tomorrow evening at 8:30 p.m. on my channel, Wondering DM. We are playing the finale of our Inspectors campaign, the Battle for Florida. It's the Inspectors and their ghost allies on one end, and the Soul Mancer and the real Inspectors on the other hand. And we'll see what happens. Otherwise, on Saturday at 1:30 p.m. at 1 p.m. Eastern, it's Scion. So we keep going with now the first session, the beginning of the end, first session of the last major story arc. So that's going to be tons of fun. And then on Sunday, we are playing Witcher over on Praxagora Thesmophoria's channel. We might actually not be in Tucson anymore and just be traveling. There was a cool shopping episode last week. Lots of outfits were chosen. Be sure to check out the VOD. And then that's where you can find me until next week. Other than that, if I can plug a little thing in chat,
Sure.
One of the many games I've been working on in my day job has gone live on Kickstarter yesterday morning. It's called Survive Until Daylight. It's a co-op game of sort of it's a zombie game co-op, but it's in a universe that is very, very cartoony, very over the top, and you play a bunch of misfits that are like stuck together and need to survive one night. It plays kind of like Munchkin, if you've played Munchkin, and then because it's a like brand new like new edition and all that, we've added like a bunch of stuff, so you can actually add PvP if you want, or you can play by yourself. And play the very epic old grandma with a shotgun in a narrative campaign that I will get to write.
Wonderful.
That's it. The link is in chat.
Fantastic. Wonderful. Someone who I would describe as both of those things is Hattie Sedgwick. How are you?
I'm great. This has been a blast. I freaking love this game already, and it's only been, 3 hours, 4 hours? Yeah, I'm Nuggetosaurus. You can find me here on Mondays playing in our Innistrad Fang and Shadow mini campaign. My character just had a super freaking cool, like, necrotic angel awakening. Like, it was wild and it was great. You can also find me here on Tuesdays playing in right now various one-shots and short shots. Yes, soon things will be happening that I'm very excited for. And then you can also find me here on Wednesdays, of course, but on the occasional Saturday when we play our Aliens game, when our DM's not trapped in France. But yeah, so
The fuck is so bad with friends?
Nothing's bad with
Look,
it.
he's
It's
just stuck there.
Stuck, yeah.
Trapped.
France
Cannot
is great.
leave.
Like I love France. I've been
We
there.
just want our
but
GM back.
Yeah, we just want him back. My favorite part, I loved Charles' monologue when he saw Roland. I thought that was great. I'm very excited to see more monologues. I can't wait to see what everybody comes up with. And then because I'm a sucker for the romance, Hattie wants a letter from Leslie. That's what she wants. That's all she's ever wanted, and she's never gotten it. So I'm not optimistic.
Oof.
That's me.
And Trooper, if you're talking, we can't hear you because you're muted.
I was muted because I was cackling too much that I had to like mute myself.
That's fair.
I was too amused. By the way,
Yes.
I did figure out how to make a link to our public online document that is view only.
Wonderful.
I could put it in chat if the audience wanted to see it.
They might do. You should give me that link and I will spam it next week as well. Just in our personal Discord. But someone who that's weird. That's a weird segue. No. Hi, Yutsai. Charles Way. How are you?
I do like spam.
I spared you a really awkwardly weird segue. You're welcome.
That's all right. Wendy. Hi, I'm Yutsai. You can find me at the Twitter bio listed under my face. I'm suddenly blanking. Part I really liked about today. I mean, we gotta put it out there for the enemies to lovers trope. Am I right? Hattie and Roland just
right.
Just sending that Tinder, getting it ready for the future. Always a fun dynamic to watch. Also, just because I play Charles, which is Hattie's little brother, so I always enjoy seeing my older sister getting messed with. And as far as Charles wanting to receive a letter from someone, it's been a while, so he's actually hoping that he might receive a letter from Jennifer's mother sometime soon.
Ooh. Wonderful. That is exciting. Jennifer is delightful, and you deserve to hear letters from her mother. And that leaves just me. My favorite moments. I really liked the carrier pigeon sent and then received moment between Roland and Harriet, and they were like, yeah, this is gonna be a fucking awesome play because we just were so mad at each other. There's so much emotion. And I was like, yes! And I also loved our Zoom chat tonight. Although that's something the audience doesn't get to see. There was like enemies to lovers and like I ship this. Like different people are just shipping different stuff. And it was just solid. I also loved old Phoebe. I thought she was great. And of course, all of your NPCs, as always, Trooper, are delightful and hysterical and or terrifying. Sometimes multiple at the same time. And also Nugatosaurus's face journeys specifically, as we just go through all of this drama, and it's so spicy and exciting. And I cannot wait to see more of it. Which you can next Wednesday when we play this again. I know. It's wild. You can also, if you want more than just tabletop RPGs, I'm picking up video game streaming again starting tomorrow. I'm going to be playing Dishonored for the first time and probably failing miserably, but it'll be fun all around. And then on Friday, you can find me on Trooper's channel because I am a part of the Saints. That's little alternative French resistance cell, and I just see it going very poorly for them, so they're gonna need love. And then we'll have our Aliens game maybe sometime this month, if not definitely next month. And then on Monday we've got more Innistrad. And on Sunday you can find me on Praxcore. That's my for The Witcher. Monday more Innistrad, where my character and Nugget's character are definitely having like identity crises at the same time, which is great because we're couples, so we can have our identity crises together. The couple that has an identity crisis together stays together? I don't know. It's a theory, if we survive. And then, of course, on Tuesday, we are playing a couple of one-shots, GM-less games until Drabus is freed from France and can GM us a new short campaign, which is two wild IPs smashed together, and I'm waiting to make my official announcement for when I hear back from him when he is not again held in France. So hopefully that will be soon. Hopefully we'll have an official announcement next week, and I've got a lot of overlay work to do. So until next time, everybody, thank you all for watching, and thank you all for playing and facilitating. Have fun, play games. Goodbye.
Bye, y'all.
Get the right.